Thursday night throwdown. I said Thursday night like an idiot, I think, on Patreon because, you know me, I just can't quite... I'm just so used to it being Thursday night that now throwdown always feels like it's Tuesday. So I admit that I'm a mess. I don't know what's going on. There's a lot to talk about tonight. What's going on in New York, Boston, Brockton, all over the world, all over the planet, all over Twitter. People threatening me. People threatening you. People taking a poo-poo in the streets and then eating it. Oh, that's Philadelphia when they won the Super Bowl. I'm sorry. Wrong place. My bad. We'll talk about that. We get a gritty donation. You never know what's going to happen. You know, Philadelphia get triggered again. What's up, people in the chat? How you guys doing? Duarte. Dude, my cover was sick. I just threw this on. I just figured I'd mess around. I threw... I always liked that Neil Young song, man. So I threw that Neil on, man. Happy Gay Pride Month. You're getting lost in all the BLM. You get Gay Pride Month. So, yeah, happy... what's up to everybody? Of course, that being said, as always, this is a very offensive show, usually my shows are very offensive. We are not very politically correct or very SJW here, so you will not normally maybe hear some offensive things here. But that being said, welcome to all our friends of the rainbow. And I've said this a million times, but I'm so mad about the rainbow, man, because I love the rainbow. I always loved the rainbow as a kid, man. Rainbow Bright and just so many other shows. Obviously, I loved Ninja Turtles and, you know, He-Man and Ghostbusters. But I loved Rainbow Bright, and I loved, I loved Care Bears and shit like that when I was a kid in the 80s, in the early 90s. And, but now I can't wear a rainbow shirt because if I do, then I got to deal with people either being like, hell yeah, man, it's okay, it's good that you're gay. And I'm like, oh, I'm not gay. What the fuck? And then right, Jesse? And then other guys want to make out with me, obviously because I'm sexy as hell with my pubic-faced hair. And
you know what you do? You tell them it has nothing to do with, to tell them they're chakras. Hey.
Yeah, well, no, that's okay. Well, and that doesn't bother me. But then you get the people that attack you, too, like, that don't like you because you're gay. And then I'm like, well... You're hating on me, but I don't even know what you're talking about. So I can't even wear the rainbow. It's so bizarre, man. I love that rainbow.
Stupid.
But yeah, man, that intro pumped me up. I guess it pumped everybody else. I didn't know what I was doing. How's everybody you guys doing?
It's different.
You like that? You like the intro? People are looting in the street.
Yeah.
I got soup ready to eat. AEW banned Hogan. We coming for you.
I got meat ready to eat.
So Hogan's ex-wife who left him said something like, all the looters are black on Twitter. And which was the dumbest thing. Like it's kind of like Dave Rose. It's
actually very incorrect, too.
Well, it's incorrect, but it's
really
like we're not even virtue signaling SJWs here, but it's just not right. So like she did that at the worst time you could ever think. Kind of like Rose calling a black listener the N-word over and over again the other day. It was like, this is the worst time you could really be doing that. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope all the protesters there's three different things. There's protesters, there's rioters, and then there's the criminals bussing in. But I hope all the the regular vigil holders and protesters are okay tonight. And I hope all the other good people are good, and I hope all the good police are good. But there are some bad apples among, obviously, the people protesting. There's some bad cops. There's some bad looters. The looters just are bad in general. So there's a lot of people freaking out, man. She called them Afro-Americans. Like, what are you?
Who did?
Linda Hogan.
Like Michael Richards. I talked about some Afro-Americans.
It was exactly like that. Like the guy from Seinfeld. I said some very disparaging thing about Afro-Americans.
That's not funny.
Don't laugh. It's not funny.
As if he needed any more heat at that time, you know.
Yeah, that was some insane stuff, man. And I'll tell you what, it's going so crazy in Boston. We have this local Boston guy called Turtle Boy, and he goes off just exposing people everywhere. He's gotten some things wrong, unfortunately, and that's been kind of regrettable for me to see because then I was like, wow, this guy's an asshole. But he does get a lot of stuff right, and it's really funny. And so he is roasting all the criminals of the Boston riots last night. And there is many things in common with these people. So we're going to take a look at some of them tonight as well. And have a good time laughing at some of the Boston criminals. And as Turtle Boy says, he put out this this page earlier to bust the 53 winners from last night. He says the 53 winners who were arrested for their roles in looting and rioting in Boston while pretending to give a shit about George Floyd. But that's typical. No doubt about it. It's mostly white people, but it's actually, so she's wrong. Linda Hogan, you're wrong. It's actually about 65% white are the people, at least in Boston, are the troublemakers in Boston. So far, could be more. But one of the things I thought were really hilarious was down below where he says, where this person, I don't know who this is, Ainana Priestley, and she says, whose streets? Our streets. Whose movement? Our movement. And then if you go scroll down a little bit, you see apparently Belmont, Stoneham, or Stoneham as we say here, Oxford are our streets, because that's where many of these anarchists are from. By the way, these are not anarchists, so that's incorrect as well. Turtle Boy is calling them anarchists. They're not anarchists. If they were anarchists, they would be living somewhere else on a farm somewhere away from all this and wouldn't give a shit about any of this. So that's what the anarchists would really be doing. You're talking about criminals, though. Oxford, Stoneham, and Belmont were the most arrested cities. And then he begins to list all of the wonderful people who rioted, looted, and destroyed things last night in Boston, stole stuff. It was a lot of fun, Drew. There's so much to be.
Well, that's kind of what's bothering me is all the rioting, all the looting that's going on, and then today in their protests, they're chanting that they want the police to be to quit their jobs and prosecute the police, and it's like. For what? You guys are the ones that need prosecuted. Maybe not the protesters, but why are you going against your own police? This whole thing started in Minneapolis. What is your police? Why do your police need to quit their jobs? Look at it this way. Say you work for McDonald's, okay? And you flip burgers at McDonald's. And somebody in Seattle, Washington, a manager in Seattle, Washington, does something to this caliber that pisses a bunch of people off. Should there be protests at your McDonald's and people chanting in your face to quit your job and people telling you that you need to be prosecuted? What other job is that acceptable?
Well, what they're saying, here's the thing. What they're saying is that we have police brutality everywhere.
Sure.
So they're
and you also have pieces of shit all over the country that spit on your food. And I know I'm talking about apples and oranges here. But
don't get me wrong, I don't understand either. Trust me, I definitely understand. I understand that there's racism. I understand that there's a bit more of a target on black people. I get that. So that right there is what they're, I guess, getting at. Not everybody is though. A lot of people, this is all virtue signaling to cry about stuff. But some people, this is their life's passion is to do these type of things. So like they're really the ones at the forefront of these things. So, there's been these crimes, small or large, in different areas. It's felt that that's how it is. So this is everybody trying to hold police accountable everywhere, no matter what. I'm just explaining it from that point of view. Not you asked, and I'm telling you what.
No, right. But I look at the video where the guy is he's pushing his bike. He's a bike cop, and he's not doing anything. He's just going down the street. Actually, he's assisting another cop car getting through, making sure he doesn't hit anybody, as a matter of fact. And they're yelling in his face, throwing shit at him, and telling him to quit his job and shit like that. I'm like, why?
I don't know. A lot of this stuff is illogical to me. It's an emotional, illogical reaction. Especially considering this situation with George Floyd was, we're talking about a white, a black, Hispanic, and an Asian all involved in this. And the police chief is black, by the way. So if it's weird. If it was about police brutality only and they were talking about that, but it's really about race. CNN is all about race and the race. And CNN was saying that everything Trump said was disgusting and all these things. But they brought Charlemagne on today. And Charlemagne said he liked what he heard from Trump. which at that point CNN actually flickered. I don't know if anybody saw that, but CNN flickered. And I said, oh my God, they're trying to get Charlemagne off, because Charlemagne said that Joe Biden was, like, in his past more racist than anything. You know? So they were like, oh, you saw his, I went, oh no. And I looked at Leah and I went, oh my God, no, the CNN's going to lose their minds. And then the station flickered. Then he went, but he's made a lot of progress and changes to fix that. And so that's good on his part, but we're going to still be watching whether he really does this or that. And I thought that was hilarious because, like, CNN flickered right after he said that. I'm like, oh my God, they're going to try to get him off the air. A $97,000 a $92,000 allegedly scholarship in 2007 was given to one of the gentlemen who was arrested last night, bashing things and all kinds of other things. So Turtle Boy said, this asshole was given a scholarship in community college at age of 25. Seems like a great investment. He's clearly doing big things. That was a rioter in Boston last night. Fits the bill of, you know what?
Yeah.
Fits the bill of Antifa pretty good.
Yeah. Where are they getting all these bricks from? That's a lot of fucking bricks across this country.
I don't know, dude. There's bricks everywhere. I'm talking about my mother's house. I don't even know how it's going right now where my mother lives, but where I used to live. And in the midst of all this craziness and insanity and lunacy, there's so much more. You should watch 13th on the Netflix. What's up, Six? Nessa, how you guys doing? Derek is here. How you guys doing, man? FCNN, they're not portraying how we really feel. Liddy off the titty. Who's Liddy off the titty? I forget. It's somebody I know.
I've just always known him as Liddy off the titty.
I haven't seen him in a while, forever. I feel like. How you been, Liddy?
But what was the last thing you read, though? It was, I had lost it already. I
think they want, I think our governments, I'm not going to say that this is 100% true, but are you not worried that the government is in on this whole thing, standing back, letting it happen? Now Fox is saying things that CNN... Everyone is really freaking out, dude. It's really weird. WWE just put out, like, oh, we stand with everybody. And now people are like, well, then get rid of Hulk Hogan. By the way, this is how this goes. Because this has all become about race now, right? This has become all about race. Like, 4 weeks ago, we were all like, whatever. And by the way, this is what happens when we don't have sports. You wanted to know what happens when we don't have sports? This is what happens. This is the new sport, watching the protesters at night. So first it starts like this. First it starts with, the police are brutal and all this racist police. Then the riots, and then it starts with finding the individual police who have ever said anything weird. Then it starts with finding other people who have ever said things weird, like in WWE and other places. And then it becomes like the Salem witch trials. And then it becomes like get them and show up. And so this is how this starts. I just want people to realize that's how it starts. That's why it's so, what's going on right now is like super dangerous, because this is how it starts, where they come for you next and people start getting wild out of their minds and insane and uncontrolled. So this is where it goes. We're going to talk about protest boner. There's a guy in the protest with a gigantic boner. Have you seen that, Drew?
No, I haven't. Oh, you can tell he's enjoying it.
What were you going to say?
This is what I was actually going to comment on, was what Liddy off the titty said. They are not, fuck CNN, they are not portraying how we really feel. Well, no one is. Other than the protesters, maybe the legit protesters.
Mm-hmm.
Is anyone really portraying how anyone really feels? I mean, they may be, I guess maybe I'm saying that
some
wrong.
Of the protesters
they're explaining how but they're going, I don't want to get into this again. We went on it for 3 hours Friday night, but yeah, it seems like everyone's misdirecting their anger. Like I mentioned, the bike cop earlier that was just helping direct traffic and keep everyone safe. And did I lose you for a second?
No, I'm here. I hear you.
Oh. He was just directing traffic. He was being cool. Nothing was happening, and everyone's badgering him. And it's like, but if we're mad at the justice system, then why aren't you fucking with the judges? Why aren't you fucking with the lawmakers? Why aren't you? The cops are just there to enforce the laws that they've been told to enforce. And this cop right here isn't doing anything wrong. The cop that's backing up the car probably hasn't done anything wrong.
Yeah,
they're just there. Now, there are some cops. I'm not saying there aren't cops in this country that haven't done wrong things. There's several instances this week over the weekend of cops that were doing the wrong thing. But you can't just automatically assume everyone's bad.
Yeah, I don't, and I think a lot of the protesters aren't even assuming that. I think I've heard a lot of protesters be like, "We know there's good cops and stuff like that." So I don't even think that. I think there's some people that are just going overboard, and then there's other people that are good.
It was the whole crowd, man.
It depends, man. It depends where you are. It depends what video you're looking at. There's so many different things going on everywhere, left and right. And in the midst of all this, there's a guy that's threatening me. Have you seen this guy?
What do you mean? No.
You haven't seen this guy?
Drew is why racist cops are still around. What, do we just fire the whole fucking police force too sweet? Well, just fire them all.
Yeah,
no
fire
police. You guys just do whatever the fuck you want. Are you fucking kidding me?
Look at this guy. Drew, you got to see this guy. You got to see this, man. Are you on Skype? Oh,
I'm not on Skype. No, you want me to be?
You got to see this guy, man. This guy's wild. Why Society sent me this.
I see it.
Hold on, let me. Well, I guess you can hear it. I guess it's fine. We lose Jesse.
He's in and out. I guess he's
Poor
here
guy.
now.
And talk about the whole. What's up, y'all?
Sup?
All right.
Sup, yo? Sup?
What's up, y'all?
Sup, yo?
All right.
Sup?
I just want to tap in and talk about the whole
Sup?
JD from NY situation. And you have absolutely no reason to be talking as much shit as both these guys do. But now if you had hands and you could actually defend yourself and back up your shit, then that's one thing. But we know both of y'all ain't built like that.
Yeah, he's right, man. I should stop giving my wrestling opinions because I can't fight somebody. That's right. That's right, everybody. I should stop giving my wrestling opinions and my rants and my takes because I can't fight somebody. Let me come into the frame again like he did. Hold on. Yeah. Is it on? Yeah, snap my fingers. Yeah. I think I'm black, but I'm just a cracker ass faggot. Oh yeah.
Yourself and back up your shit, and that's one thing. But we know both of y'all ain't built like that.
Yeah, y'all ain't built like that.
So all of a sudden, JD's getting all this heat. Motherfuckers tracked their IP or whatever and got their locations. And bro, I've been waiting for this shit to happen, honestly.
I got big hands, motherfucker.
I don't even feel bad for y'all. Y'all had this shit coming freaking... They didn't leak Joe's address, but if he keeps it up, motherfuckers could easily find that shit. I'm not saying it's me. But there's people out here who don't play your guys' games, man. So,
games?
What are the games? Like reviewing wrestling? What are the games? What games is this guy talking about?
I guess the games where you don't jerk off to Roman Reigns all night like he does in his basement.
What are the games, James Webb? What are the games, bro? Are the games talking about wrestling? Is that what the games are, bro? Mr. Tough Guy? Is that what the games are, dude? This is the type of guy that becomes a cop and kills people. Someone said in the chat. Probably. Yeah, dude. Let me know what the games are. Last I checked, is this guy gonna go after radio hosts? Is this guy gonna go after movie stars? Is this guy gonna go after comedians and ranters? Is this guy gonna go after the craziest people, all the people out there that also do this? Or is it just me and JD that you have a problem with? Very strange. I mean, JD gets a little in your face with stuff. I don't know what the hell I did. I don't know. I don't understand it. I'm waiting for the example though of what I did. That's so crazy.
Wasted rant. He had one chance, and he didn't even say what his problem was. You just keep doing your
games.
No, he's
gonna let's see what other games we have.
I don't feel bad for none of y'all. Y'all deserve this shit. We've all seen the video of Ryback pressing Joe Cronin and JD. JD fucking, if you've been around the block and you
Ryback pressing me and JD. We've all seen the video. Yeah, you saw the video because JD recorded it and we put it up on our fucking channels and laughed at it, you dum-dum. Yeah, so I guess he's talking about the Ryback situation. So because we asked Ryback to be on the show, Ryback wanted a whole bunch of money. Then we joked about it. Then Ryback said he didn't say that. Now we've proven through Pat Buck and Ryback himself that they did want the money. So then Ryback got all angry at the fact that I was joking about he wanted gold bars. So the fact that I tweeted out that Ryback wants gold bars and chocolate to be on the show, and then he got all pissed off and went on a rant about me. You're telling me that's why I need to get hands, or people need to come get me or something like that because of that. So what about Ryback, who says he's going to take out Pat Buck from WWE and all these other things that Ryback's going to do? Oh, I guess it's okay because Ryback can defend himself. So it's cool to go to Ryback's house because he can defend himself or something. Like, I'm so lost in this message. By the way, I'm the one who went up to Ryback in his face and said, "What's up, Ryback? I'm Joe Cronin. I would like to talk to you and apologize if need be, and let's speak." Because I'm not a bitch. That's why I walked up to him. You fucking mangled-faced fuck. You're a pussy. You wouldn't have gone up to him. You would have fucking gone home and then jerked off on your fucking wall with your pictures of your family behind you.
You don't even have to be around the block, but you can see a bitch. You can see a bitch-made motherfucker just in their eyes and how they look. Like, I could spot a bitch-made
Like
motherfucker.
you.
We're spotting them right now, man. We're spotting a grade A 100% bitch idiot right now. So we're looking at bitch idiot right now.
A mile away. This fool JD look fucking like...
Let's go back to the beginning again.
What's up, yo?
What's up? What's up, yo? Yo, I'm a poser. I think I'm black.
Ryback Preston, Joe Cronin, and JD. JD fucking, if you've been around the block, and you don't even have to be around the block, but you can see a bitch. You can see a bitch-made motherfucker just in their eyes and how they look. Like, I could spot a bitch-made motherfucker a mile away. This fool JD look fucking like he was holding every ounce of not to like...
This guy's, I mean, you know, JD is a single guy, lives at home with his cats. I mean, I'm a dad of 3, you know? Like, there's a little difference between me and JD. Now, JD is 4'5". He keeps talking about how small we are or whatever. I mean, JD is a tiny guy. I mean, I don't know how tall this guy is. Is this guy like 6'3" or something? Is this what this is? I mean, I'm 5'10". You know, JD is like 5'5".
I mean, he thinks he's big, maybe.
I mean, JD might get fucked up. I got to be honest. He might get fucked up. Well, you know, I mean, because he is small. Unless he knows like some kind of taekwondo. But why are you even making a video about threatening to beat up JD or beat up somebody? It's just weird. It's just a creepy video that I did forward to the FBI.
Break down and like fold. We know you're not built like that, bro. So just knock off your shit. It's always the people, let me tell y'all.
He assumes that like we're going to a fight somewhere. Like, well, he's not.
If anybody freaking be acting like a big ass hype, always has to fucking yell and talk all this shit, that's insecurity. If you really know your body, you know how you are, you don't have to put on this front. So that's all I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, this is some shit that this isn't gonna blow over in a week. There's motherfuckers out there, man, who are crazy, who want to rep, who probably don't even know you, but they just heard some little shit about you, but they don't have to know you. They just know you're.
Been doing this for 8 years. I haven't seen any of this people out there looking for a rep yet. This guy seems to be the only crazy one talking about it.
Bitch, you said this, and if they see you on the street, it is what it is, bro. Or people fucking come up and show up at your door, bro. This internet shit, y'all need to stop. This is real life out here. Motherfuckers don't give a shit. So that's all I'm saying. Just knock off that hyphy shit, bro, if you're not built like that. So that's all I gotta say, man, is this internet shit got people fucking talking reckless.
Kind of like him. Kind of like you. Kind of like you. You think you a gangster.
Reckless.
You ain't black. You ain't never gonna be black, cracker. Sorry.
But they ain't about that shit.
I hope a cop fucking... Never mind.
So,
this is real life out here. Y'all play games. This is real life out here.
Tone it
but
down.
No one said this is real life.
Tone it down.
On YouTube.
Better tone it down.
We're talking wrestling, or in this case, we're talking riots and protests.
You're right. It's not real life. We're on the fucking internet doing a radio show on the internet. Relax. It isn't real life. It's real to you, though, apparently. It's real to him, damn it.
So is Roman's cock.
Tone it down. That's it.
Yeah, I think you need to tone it down, you mongoloid-looking fuck. I think you need to shut the fuck up before something actually happens to your ass, motherfucker. So shut the fuck up with your big fucking nostrils and your fake-ass fucking goddamn accent. Go fuck yourself, man. I hope your mother comes upstairs and rapes you again, you fucking idiot. Come on, man. What a fucking idiot. Like, oh my God, like the guy's on the fucking podcast show. Better look out. Fucking idiot.
And who is he? I mean, I've never heard of him. I've never heard what he had to say about anything. Who is this?
I don't know who that guy. I have no idea. Someone sent that to me, and it was about. He said it was about JD, and then I saw my name attached to it, and I was like, "What the fuck is my name attached to this shit for?" And then right from
I thought, a big fan.
I thought it was gonna be a joke. I thought it was gonna be like he was joking around or something like that. And I was like, well, that's gonna be really funny, you know, when he's like, because I figured it would be like a funny. I thought it was gonna be a funny video. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, this is probably gonna be funny, you know. And then he's just like starts the video with the. He comes in like, yeah. He like steps in there. And then I'm like,
I'll be honest, I can watch like 10 more minutes of him. Yeah,
it's so funny. Like, I mean, dude, I started laughing when I saw her. When he came in with the snapping of the fingers and he walked in. I mean, it is Pride Month, and I don't know, something about this guy.
I love how this guy, you can tell he's watched you guys. I mean, it's not like he just came across a video and went, oh,
did you see that?
These guys. He actually knows your guys' Twitters. He knows what
I don't
you
know
guys
if he
do.
does.
He's been watching. He enjoyed what you guys do at some point.
Can we wait?
But then all of a sudden he stopped liking your opinion, or what?
No, I don't know what it. I have no idea. I'm barely part. He said most of this is about JD, I think, but it's just a weird video. But watch his hand. Wait a minute. When you see that on the street, he's like, yeah. That part killed me, dude. I almost fucking died. Right here. Like he backs up to see if it's on and then mean mugs the camera. When he mean mugs the camera, that's the best part right here. Where he mean mugs the camera. Where he's like, fucking man. Here we go.
I'm gonna yell at you through my camera.
God damn, man. JD's probably got a background check on the. I know JD. JD's probably running a background check on this guy, and he's probably like told his lawyer and told the police, and like has a background check going on this guy, because there's so many guys coming after JD that like he's got like a fucking police file on people. Remember the guy that said he was gonna blow him up or whatever? That guy's on there, dude. So much stuff, dude, on that guy. It's unbelievable, dude. Yeah, it's just a guy trying to get noticed. That's all it is, but it's just funny, dude. I had to play it. It's just too funny, man. White dudes trying to sound black is hilarious. Yeah, I mean, what? I mean, come on, dude. That shit was hilarious. Is this Bullfrog's new boyfriend? It might be. It might be Bullfrog's new boyfriend. We don't know what he's going to do. Anyway, I thought that would bring some levity to tonight, you know. There's so much serious going on. I thought that would at least make people laugh. One straight punch to his bird chest will crush his breastbone. Now see, when you make a video like that, it makes me think, is that the guy who sent all the death threats on the emails over the past weeks? Is that the guy who said he was going to light my fucking family on fire? Like, is that the guy? Like, I don't know. I don't know who that guy is. I don't know who the people are that do the things they do are. But we pile them up and we keep them saved, and eventually somebody's going to be fucking double hit up on. But anyway, let's play the donos.
What else we got?
Couple.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
Want
it.
some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Philadelphia has Batman saving the riots. And Boston has Turtle Boy. Ha ha ha. No wonder Boston is full of faggots. We got Batman, motherfucker. Boston can keep their Turtle Boy bootleg Ninja Turtle.
It's Costanza. Thank you, man. Holy shit, that was funny. Oh man, the guy has he's always popping up, man. He's always going after people, and he usually gets it right, but he's kind of like the Keemstar of Boston, if that makes any sense. Turtle Boy, he's the Keemstar of Boston. You know, he gets it right a lot, and it's pretty cool. But there's sometimes, like, you know what I mean, some innocent people get hit. Like, he did a story on some girl I know, actually, recently, and me and Leo were reading it. We're like, this is, like, unnecessary. Like, what they did to her, and, like, it went around all social media and shitting on her and stuff, and it really wasn't that big a deal. Like, we were like, what the fuck did he do this for? You know, so that's
what did she do?
I wish I could tell you now, but I forget. But it was basically like she was complaining about something to do with COVID-19 or whatever. And it was just, but it was unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she got like 50,000 people like on Facebook were commenting on it and saw it and were like calling her like all these things. And we were just like, man, I read that story and it's not a big deal. Like that is so that's where things unfortunately to me are like go bad. Like there was no need to me. Like, yeah, if someone breaks in somewhere and you hunt them down, figure out who they are on social media and you expose them and do these things on people, like some of that stuff, I like that. You know, like let's figure it out. Let's do it. But then, you know, sometimes you get into these bad, I don't know, sometimes innocent people go down, man. And that kind of sucks. But yeah, man, I don't know who that guy is. I don't know who that guy is. Probably he looks like he's younger, so
I mean, if it's just for an opinion or something, you know, that's bullshit. I guess I'd have to know exactly, you know, but
damn, Jake Fullerton says, I'm in Middleborough now. I have my scanner on Plymouth County and a propane tank was set on fire. Damn, man. I got to get the police scanners up. You know,
those are the peaceful protests that they were talking about earlier today.
Well, Middleborough is really close to Brockton, and Brockton can get ugly. You know how I told you, man, don't be careful in Brockton.
You told me. I didn't have any problems there.
Jake, thank you, man. My aunt I have an aunt in that area, so it's crazy, right over there. Shout out to everybody in the chat. How you guys doing? Thanks for the donation. We got more coming. Speaking of Brockton, the Brockton police might be the smartest police force anywhere because they have a gigantic wall. So we can take a look at that. Oh, you know what, Drew? Yeah, we should go on Skype so you can see this. But I mean, I guess you'll just be delayed if you're watching the stream. I guess it's not too big a deal, but so the Brockton police are smart.
There are some fire.
Now, this is not Boston. This is Brockton. Brockton is, you know, about 30 minutes south of Boston. It's like there's like small towns between Brockton and Boston. But this is Brockton.
Oh, fireworks. Oh, a firework that just landed right there among the police officers, and now more water bottles being thrown at them.
Oh, no, the water bottles.
The police don't seem to be responding in any way. They're still just holding.
The police really didn't respond up until they started shooting fireworks. Then once they started shooting fireworks at the cops, then the cops, I think, had enough. And they backed off.
Fire them all. Fire them all.
Well, the best part is, Drew, is like they all went back towards the police station. And the Brockton police station has a wall in front of it. Like a castle. So you'll see them up on the wall, and it's hilarious.
Dissipating it rather quickly. So there's another.
They're shooting the tear gas right here.
I mean, because what you can see right there, that officer is firing some sort of non-lethal projectile into the crowd, and the police line has moved back.
David, can you estimate?
Those might just be smoke bombs. I don't know. Obviously, I'm not there. But I don't know. It could be tear gas, but it could be smoke bombs. I'm not sure.
Gas mask, and they're putting on shields. And on the other side of the line, the crowd.
They're putting on masks, so it's got to be tear gas.
Okay, so now the tear gas is starting to waft our way.
Yeah,
so we may need to move back out of the way.
So that dispersed the crowd that was in front of the police station, and then the cops moved back, and then it was just funny later because the people were trying to come back to the police station, but the wall is there.
The police line.
Continue.
And now you can see.
Is the police line continuing to retreat, or are they holding firm?
So there's two lines here, Ed. There's the line over here back by where the lights are set up. They have moved back about 50 feet. And then there's another line of about a dozen officers who are positioned up on that rock wall right there. And they are the ones who have been firing the tear gas into the crowd. They have not retreated. They have the high ground, so to speak. And now some of the demonstrators are moving toward them, but they're not really going to be able to get there. They're not going to be able to get up to that wall. So they're holding their hands up at the crowd. Some are making much less polite gestures at the police that are positioned up there.
So far over there in Brockton, at least right there, you know, it's really just kind of like war games or like you know, fucking with each other type of stuff. You know, it's nothing. I mean, there's other stuff going on, but
I mean, well, think about it a second. If I had a smoke bomb in normal times, not a protest, not a riot, but I had a smoke bomb. I saw a couple cops standing down the street and I chucked it at them. You think they're just going to stand there and stare at me and take it? I mean, really, people need to think about this. It takes a lot of self-control for these cops to continue to stand there. And again, I'm not saying every cop has reacted correctly in all these things.
A lot of those cops are really trained to do that, though, to be honest. The cops are really trained to, like, usually trained to be able, like, they'll go through, I've seen cops go through practices where people screaming at them, like, and it's their, like, you know what I mean, like, it's a simulation, basically, like simulating the intense, like a crowd control and stuff like that. So they really do, some of them, not everybody, but a lot of them do go through a training like that, like a crowd control training, and people screaming at you, "You motherfucker, I'll kill you," like in his face. And, you know, to keep you, you're not supposed to react to any of that stuff. And so, you know, you're right. And I people do take verbal liberties, but they're not, but they are trained to deal with that. I think this was fine until fireworks came in at the police. That's when everything changed, when the fireworks started exploding on the police. That's when they switched to tear gas. Other than that, everything was calm, if you want to say that. Sonny says, all of you are getting your panties in a twist. Really need hooked on phonics because you all can't read. Then
he can't type.
down below that, this guy posted, you can't even read the way you can't even read the one-way street signs. And he posted the article of Sonny being arrested for driving drunk and all the other stuff. That was pretty funny, man. Sent by Mr. Hampton. What up, Joshua? Police cops try to hide. I don't know what this is. This is weird. Spider-Man just showed up at the protests.
Oh.
Yo, Spider-Man's here.
I'm getting on Skype. Oh, you're not on there.
You're right, I'm not on yet. Yo, Spider-Man's here.
Oh my God.
Imagine this guy does a flip. Spider-Man, man. Our superheroes, man.
I saw Elmo the other night. I couldn't tell you where it was, but I almost wonder if it's not one of those Times Square Elmos. But I don't think it actually said in the article where he was or the tweet or whatever it was. But he was just like kind of stumbling down the street. It looked like it was 2 a.m. and he was one of the last of the protesters. And all he's got is his head on. And he's just stumbling around.
If anybody,
I should have saved that. It was funny.
If anybody else has any good clips or funny stuff, feel free to tweet it at me at JCS Commentary on Twitter.
I'll be looking too.
And Drew will be looking at women's underwear all night long. I'm looking for the boner guy. Oh, here he is. I found the boner guy. Where's the sound? This had sound earlier when I heard it. This guy's on like acid or crack or something like that, and he's in the middle of the street, and he's just standing there with like a heart on. The hero we all need, Boner Man. Have you seen this guy?
I haven't yet, no. I'm still waiting for it to pop up on my screen.
Now, allegedly later, he starts like doing taekwondo and stuff. And then like rolling around and all kinds of things. I'm betting it's because he's on some kind of drug, people thought. And eventually, I guess people tried to go from the crowd and get him out of there. Because he looked like delusional. Maybe he was one of the girls in the crowd should have just pulled his...
Why is he standing there by himself?
Because he's like on drugs or something.
Well, he's got to be. Either he's on drugs or he's just being defiant and he's it's making him that excited.
Looks like Solomonster.
Does it? Get a better look here.
Yo, Solomonster, what are you doing? Dude, I'm going to tweet him right now. Oh my God, I got to tweet him. I got to tweet Solomonster. I mean, it really looks like him, dude. Dude, what you doing, man? You nuts. What are you doing?
Does it seem like things have cooled down to you, or does it seem like things are still
a little
pretty
bit
wild?
A little bit, dude. Let's calm down a little bit, you know. A little bit. I think it's silly time right now, you know, where people are more like the leftovers who weren't as crazy are like, I gotta do something too, and that's about it.
Because it seems like it's more protest, but then as the night comes, you know, that's where people come out and start getting crazy and everything. But I don't know. That's kind of what I've observed so far.
Yeah, we'll see. They're destroying the Duncans right now in Brockton, live on Fox. So maybe I should turn Fox News on. Apparently, they're...
Which one of the 72 that you guys have out there?
That's all I wanted to say. They're destroying the Dunkin' Donuts right now by police station in Brockton. So they're taking out the cops' Dunkin' Donuts is what they're doing. Brockton's fucked up, man. Right? I'm telling you, like, there's riots at my mother's house, too, like at my mother's city. I mean, not riots, but there was a protest thing there. But I haven't seen any reports yet of it getting crazy there. But, you know, again, like, you know, Brockton's... whatever. I'm looking for Fox 25 now so I can watch it because I got to see that. Like, I mean, they better not ruin the first ever Dunkin' Donuts because that's where
well,
I'm
remember,
from.
Waffle House is where the line is drawn. We
That's,
found that out the other night. That's where we draw the line is Waffle House.
But that's the thing is like Waffle House, like Dunkin' Donuts is our Waffle House.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, that's our Waffle House up here, man. Dunkin' Donuts is our Waffle House.
They were taking Confederate statues down. Obviously, it was down in the South. I can't remember exactly where it was, but they had pictures and video of Confederate statues being taken down by Public Works.
Really?
So it's like, I guess they figured, well, they're going to get destroyed anyways. Might as well take them down on our own accord.
Take this down before somebody clubs somebody to death with them. Oh, yeah, demonstrators clash with police in Brockton. Oh, shit, they are fucking up the... Oh, shit, they're fucking up the goddamn Dunkin' Donuts. It's true. Oh, no, there's a fire in the Dunkin' Donuts. Holy shit. It just went off as I got to it, dude. It wasn't on fire, and now it just went up on... Oh, my God, dude, they're going to burn down the fucking Dunkin' Donuts.
And I take it that's live media you can't show.
I'm going to show it right now.
Oh, cool.
Once I get the Elgato hooked up.
I mean, not cool that's burning, but...
I mean, I don't know. I just hooked up the Elgato. I got the...
That they were all out and about today, peacefully protesting. We're not going to lose sight of that because, as Crystal said, we're going to move this passion to purpose. Linsky, your final thoughts tonight.
Yes, the officers walking out. I see two ranks of officers. That means that the tension has lowered. They would be marching in a platoon of 4 ranks. So the tension is lowered. They're going back to recoup, get some water, get some intel, figure out what's going on, and then hopefully Brockton can go to sleep tonight, and the rest of the communities can go to sleep tonight, and we'll figure out tomorrow how we move forward on the issues concerning safety and security in our communities and the racism that is a systematic problem throughout our country.
There's certainly something that's going to be with us for the days, weeks to come, and no doubt much longer than that as well.
Guess what, you fucking idiots? It's never going to go away because it's called tribalism, and we're all tribalistic. So there's always going to be racism. There is always going to be some kind of racism in everywhere. Like there's going to be, if you go to there's going to be people that don't like Asians, blacks, whites. There's going to be people that hate everybody everywhere. That's why this comes back every 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, and it gets and then it gets crazy again. It'll just always happen. But it looks like they're trying to really acknowledge some stuff that I've never, I guess, seen them acknowledge. But that was some crazy shit, dude. Dunkin' Donuts, man. Those cops are going to be... Oh, here's the video of it. Okay, I got it for you now. I'm sorry, everybody. Here it is.
The city is protected, and as you can see now, here are a number of the state police that joined in tonight, marching around the corner here after holding at bay there in front of that.
Oh, that guy set himself on fire. What an
no
idiot.
harm was done to it or the people who inhabit it.
I think that we can all just take a moment right now to thank these men and women who are working 16, 17.
Damn. So, I don't know. I'm not really sure what's going to happen. They're probably going to, they might even find the guy that lit the fire. I don't know. Well, fuck
and
with.
then you wonder why the police are wanting to arrest you. Damn.
Well, I don't know if they're going to find that guy. I don't know if he's covered in all kinds of shit. But Brockton's crazy, man. I'm looking at my Facebook. The only reason why I know what's going on is because my Facebook page is filled with people from all these different areas. So, you know, everybody's going crazy. Want to stop the riots? Mobilize the septic tank trucks, put pressure cannon on them, and hose them down. The end, somebody says on, on Facebook. Imagine that, shooting septic shit, like septic shit, at people. That would be wild. What else is going on?
Something like that. Did you see what Justin Wang put out on Twitter today?
No, what did he say?
TSS, I think, shared it to us, but it was several pictures of items that had been thrown at police, and one of them was one of those little mini water bottles, and it appeared to be cum inside that bottle.
Oh, man.
It was several different things. I mean, things that you would expect, like there was a smoke bomb, and there was...
they're going to keep it. They're going to keep it, then they're going to go rape a woman with it, and then when she has the baby later, they're going to DNA match, and then go find the guy. And then kill him. How's that for conspiracy?
I don't know if they're going to go that far with it.
I don't know. You don't know the cops, man.
They might just stick their knee in his neck.
Adrian, thank you, man. Stay safe from the UK. Thanks, brother. So far, we're okay. I'm in the suburbs. Leave the Dunkin' Donuts alone. Other people said that Dunkin' sucked anyway. Some of the Massachusetts people have made their way to the stream.
Is this working now finally?
Oh, yes.
Oh, hey.
What up?
Hey, yeah, I've been trying for like 4 minutes.
How you doing, Jesse, man? You want to go to the riots with me naked?
Nah.
Oh, come on. Come there naked. We'll both
What
go.
else we got? Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Joe, check out Linda Hogan's Twitter picture. Very sexy for an older woman.
Very racist for an old woman. Casey is raw. Thank you for the $3. You know, when you used to be married to Hogan and there's a perception that the guy is racist, and then right now the racial stuff that's going on, and you tweet that out, like, what the fuck is she thinking? Like, I mean, you're going to bring on all kinds of just hate to yourself. Did she not? What is up with that? Like, she's got to know, like, oh, you know, my ex-husband has been called a racist. He's caught on tape in private dropping N-bombs on people and this and that, calling people N-bomb. And I know some people are like, well, Joe, you know, you said that on the show. And I'm like, yes, but again, it's in private. Hogan doing it in private is so much weirder. Like, that's bizarre. That's weird in private. Linda to tweet out that it's only blacks that are looting and stuff like that. I mean, what is she doing? Number one, she's wrong. Like Drew said earlier, she's just wrong. Number
She's
two,
blonde.
You would think she would separate herself. You would think she hates Hogan so much that instead of tweeting that she would tweet this. I know my ex-husband probably is going to virtue signal today on Twitter, don't believe him, you know why. like you would think that she would tweet like that, but instead she tweets that it's all blacks that are rioting and looting. I don't know. Who was that donated? I don't even know who that was.
Wasn't that Casey?
Oh, Casey's raw. Yeah. Thank you, Casey. We got more. Let me play some more of these. Get these played.
You're welcome, Joe.
Whoa, look at this. Pizza. We're all going to eat some pizza tonight. Tree Love says, Joe Cronin rules, my N-word, all lives matter. Follow at Tree Love or Trey Love 937. Yeah, TRELUV 937. Go check out his Instagram, baby. Thanks,
Right
man. I appreciate that, dude. Sorry we had to censor the word, but YouTube will get really mad at you for that word. So, you know how YouTube is. But yeah, thank you, man. A lot of craziness right now. A lot of people. I've actually heard from more of the minority of the audience than I've ever heard from before. Ever on this show. I gotta believe,
What else
man.
we got?
Oh,
A little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
Want
it.
some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
I don't many Mexicans rioting are they scared of deportation or they like Tommy doing TikTok with teenagers trying to get pussy?
Oh my god. What?
Nah, man, the people they're not doing that, dude. They're out doing jobs somewhere and working. The Mexicans, they're not out there. They're out working somewhere, man. Absolutely. You're damn right. They're probably working. They got work tomorrow. Despite the Rona.
And fuck Bill Goldberg.
Yeah.
Fuck Bill Goldberg.
What else we got? Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it. That's
Want
it.
some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Dude, Tommy got an interview with some ordinary gamers. Holy shit.
Yeah, right. I mean, well, Tommy's got all that stuff going on right now. You know what I mean? So
I love how we're trying to talk about the riots, and like the last 4 things have been about Tommy.
right. Yeah. Well, he told me today that he was doing an interview with like some not a loser, but like a guy with nobody really knows. He goes, I'm doing an interview with some guy. He's like a small time YouTuber. So is that guy a small time guy?
I don't know. I didn't see the video.
Hashtag niggers for Trump, USA,
Oh.
USA, USA, fuck that Becca Wood, Joe Biden and the Democrats. Speedy, speedy, speedy.
Wow, there's a black guy for Trump. I know he is. Our listeners are divided, man. Half of the black listeners are for Trump, half of them are not for Trump. TreyLove937, thank you for the $10. Hit him up on Instagram. Yeah.
Get that one.
Well, it's weird because that whole word runs together. N-word for Trump all runs together with a hashtag, and it read it. Like, why did, like, what? Like,
it should know better, right? I mean,
dude, Streamlabs makes no sense. It's so bizarre. It's just funny how it blanks certain things out and reads other things.
Sexy
Weird.
transvestite from sexual Transylvania. I'm a sexy transvestite from sexual Transylvania. Sexy transvestite from sexual Transylvania.
Why does this guy keep sucking on his teeth for? Does this guy still taste the cum on his teeth from swallowing a load from his dad when he was 7? Dad probably raped him when he was a kid along with the next door pedophile named Bill.
Oh my God. God damn, man. He's a wannabe gangster. He's a wannabe gangster, Drew. That's what he is. Where is he? Look out, here he come. Look out, here he come. I'm a wannabe gangster, live at home with my mom. Yeah, I'm out ready to swallow cum. Put it deep up inside my bum. I'll drink rum, then I'll come inside my mom. And I'm gonna be an inbred incest motherfucker, fed with my sister. Let me scratch my nipples real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna scratch my titties like that. Oh my God, I think I'm PHAT fat, but I'm not like that. I'm gonna suck on my lip again. Yo, watch my face go splat. When Joe Cronin punched my face and knocked me out, fall down and I fucking shove about. Fucking snot in my nose. Look at my nostrils like my toes. Giant motherfucking holes. No girl would have sex with me, so I get on YouTube and I talk shit to JD. I'm a wannabe gangster. I'm a wannabe gangster. I'm a wannabe gangster. I'm a wannabe gangster. beat up in the 5th grade. Made some lemonade. Then I made fun of slaves when I was watching Roots. I pretend to be black, but I'm not, I'm white. And my mom is a dyke. Yeah, I made fun of your mom. What are you gonna do, motherfucker? Eat my dick, you fucking piece of shit. I'm a wannabe gangster. I'm a wannabe gangster, but I'm a faggot. Wannabe gangster. There it is. Anyway, we are back. I am back from the little break. I'm just kidding, man. That guy's probably just joking around and shit, and he's probably an okay guy. He's probably just trying to fuck around on video or something. You know, I'm sure he's fine. You know,
he's just a kid.
Is he? I don't even know. I can't tell.
No, he's not a kid. He's a kid to us.
Yeah, he's like 23 or 25 or I don't know, something like that. I don't know. He's probably at one of the riots right now, getting his ass stepped on or something. Shit bum.
Hey Joe, I have something to lighten everyone's mood. I found an epic timestamp from a Monetize This You Have to Play.
Okay.
It is from episode 109 at 1 hour and 46 minutes into the show. You don't want to miss it.
All right. We won't miss it, son. We'll get it pulled up.
Interesting.
We will get it pulled up. And that is play your fucking clips.
I just got in trouble with Twitter.
Why? What did you do?
I apparently figured out how to get a lot of people to watch the show, and I was spamming.
Oh, they called it spamming? Really?
You know how you can tell like the analytics of your tweet and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was looked like it was doing pretty good, so I hit it a few more times. And it's like, are you a robot?
Really?
Someone else copy and paste what I'm doing on there and send it out.
I can't believe that, man. Are you serious? Like, you got fucking... How long did they fuck you up for?
As long as it took me to verify that I'm not a robot.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not bad.
Yeah, no, it's not one of those. No, I was just saying. I probably tweeted it like 12 times because it was getting like 100 link clicks every time I do it.
I see what this clip is now. Listen to the music. Oh boy.
Did you want Casey unmuted?
Yeah, you can unmute him, I guess.
I guess
you can. I guess.
I'm cleaning up my system there.
Yummy. 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 Yummy.
Oh.
All lives matter. Cronin rules. Trump wins in November with 310 electoral votes or more. Speedy, speedy, speedy.
Oh my God. Thank you, Trey Love. Damn. Have I done any scam call? Thank you, Trey Love 937. Have I done any scam calls? No, I've had. Usually when people call me, I record it and I turn their scam into a call. But you're right. I haven't recorded anything recently. It's been a while. It's actually been 2 years since I've recorded someone calling me and fucking with them. I should do some more of those though, no doubt. 25 National Guard soldiers at the school. Jake Fullerton with the Brockton coverage.
Shit,
damn,
bum.
Dude, what the fuck is going on?
Breaking news: Wendy's in Black Mountain, North Carolina was burnt down. Said was not sure on race of male. He had a fedora and suit on with a clown mask. He was recorded yelling Hollywood on his way out of Wendy's. Rock on gesture, rock on gesture.
Imagine if Tommy...
Oh my God.
Imagine if Tommy had really set that place on fire. State cops have just arrived, Jake Fullerton says. So Brockton's about to get real in Brockton, man. The state cops are now there. State police in Brockton, Mass. And so far, I'm waiting on more info in Boston.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
So if Tommy had a kid with awesome long, it would be called a stank autistic cracker blackback snapper kill the zebra bastard child.
Oh,
jeez.
Oh my God.
What is this, Friday night?
And fuck Bill Goldberg. Fuck Bill Goldberg. If you are a fan of Goldberg and what he represents, you are a fucking piece of shit. I'm telling you right now.
Gotta love it. State police is trending in Mass, so here they come.
I just retweeted you something from a couple days ago. Now they misreported it as South Carolina, but it's actually Asheville, North Carolina. Police confirmed tear gas.
I drink cran 'cause I'm the man. My enemies are the cran and ran. Cran man, come on, make me believe in tasty. I'm so thirsty, would you answer me? Cran man. All my friends are fucking the man, 'cause all my friends are drinking cran. They're drinking cran, 'cause all my friends are drinking cran. I got the fucking cran. We got
AU Dynamite gonna be so dope tomorrow night. Hashtag niggas for Trump. Hashtag Cronin rules.
Alrighty, man. A lot of black love for Trump, I guess, going on. Tomorrow night, AEW. It's going to be wild, man.
Hey, Joe.
Yes, Casey.
Did I
Question for you, Joe.
Did I hear that Raw only did 500,000 last night?
No, I don't. Unless, I mean, you know what? I haven't paid attention. I don't.
That would have been hilarious, though. That would have showed how many people would rather watch Riots than WWE.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, I watched a riot for 2 hours in my area.
Yeah, I mean, we were all watching what was. We were all watching what was going on, but I don't think it was down that far. It looks like they got
1.728.
Yeah, they did.
Mysterio retired.
They did go down a little bit from last week. It might be a story, but he might have left. I don't remember now. June 1st, 1.728. So last week was 1.735.
Oh.
Week before that was 1.757. So they've gone down every week. But no, they're still not even below 1.5 million.
I saw the report saying they were only got 500,000 viewers.
No, that's like NXT numbers. only you would be thinking about wrestling at this time. What? You found out
Joe,
what?
I found out about those bricks. Those are real life loot drops.
40 armed vehicles. There's all kinds of shit going on right now, man. There's
It's
a
like
lot.
PUBG. They just need to dig out the bricks to find the ghillie suit.
Yeah, we need the loot drop.
That's right.
I'm just going over like some of the videos that I'm seeing. Here's some more Brockton. Yeah, see, this is what we saw earlier in Brockton. We already had the most of this was already shown by what we saw on the TV.
That one I just sent you from Asheville, just up the street from Tommy, where they were throwing tear gas.
Sorry.
Let's see.
You got like the one idiot that's standing there like, don't do it. There's always one. Have you noticed that there's always that one person that wants to have a bigger pair of balls than everyone else?
So you got people like this.
Are you playing something?
Yeah, you got people like this Adam Greenberg, who says, you know, is the blackest city in Massachusetts, nestled in a racist country with some of the worst inequality in the state. Is our whole country really a racist country? Does everyone?
I don't think so. I think people calling it out to be racist is racist in itself.
Really?
In a manner of speaking.
Well,
Wait,
I mean,
you
like
disagree, Casey?
this guy says tonight the cops are opening fire into a completely peaceful crowd. That's wrong. They had just previously shot fireworks into the crowd at the cops. So that's wrong.
Well, I don't think immediately if the person calls someone racist, that means that person is racist. But maybe like across the ocean, they probably think we're a full country of racists after all this shit.
I think people don't know what the fuck they are.
Yeah, they basically this guy's lying because they fired into the crowd. The cops were fired at first with fireworks.
That's what I'm seeing. Is there's not just agitators. Like, I'm getting footage from people I know out here, and as soon as the curfews start, the police start doing shit. They start firing bullets immediately, even if people are peaceful. So if the cops aren't starting it, then agitators are. But one way or another, like it's just like it's like fucking orchestrated as hell. You know?
It's bizarre, man.
How much longer do you guys think this is gonna last?
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
Well,
no, you've been waiting.
Well, I think that the whole fucking race thing made us jump the gun. This was going to happen either way, but this needed to happen for a better purpose, not some race bullshit. This needed to happen for like people realizing that we're being played, we're being fucked with. You know, like we needed to go against government, but not for this bullshit. I mean, now this is pulling us apart, not bringing us together. You know, that's it.
Honestly, we've been being pulling apart ever since Trump took over, and I was very not for Trump, but when the election comes up this time around, I am going to vote for Trump because before the whole pandemic, he was doing a good job.
Yeah, I mean, everything was, the economy was great. Everything was going fine. And now it just seems like everything's just beating him in the face. And what's funny is up until yesterday, yesterday was pretty rough, but up until yesterday, people were still kind of seeing through the bullshit that everyone was trying to throw at him. Now he kind of stepped in a little bit yesterday.
Yeah, so they did the same thing in Asheville. So they threw fireworks at the police too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that guy's lying on Twitter. That fucking guy is lying on Twitter right here at the top that I just tweeted. That he's a liar. The cops they fired fireworks at the cops first. Then the cops responded. So that guy's a liar, instigating all kinds of people down below like, it's so racist. They're so racist. What do you mean they're racist? They're not racist. They had shit fired at them.
Yeah.
Here's Carolina. So what it looked like to me was that came from way behind all the protesters. So all the protesters are up front not doing anything, but then somebody way in the back launches something from behind them all. Which is why I don't understand why the cops don't put undercover and some other people behind the protesters to look out.
They might. But
that's a good
how do
idea.
you react if one person's shooting something at the cops? How do you know 12 more things aren't going to come? I'm not saying start pelting protesters, but what do you do? Do you just stand there as a cop and hope that the next thing isn't a grenade?
Right. Well, that's what it will take. The minute that happens,
they've already injured a couple cops. A couple of them got mowed over last night in New York.
Yeah, and then they've had to mow over the crowd too because they've had cops dragged out of cars and cars set on fire. So the cops are now mowing down people in front of them because you'd mow them down too if you were caught in a mob.
Something Gorilla Strong said in the chat. Maybe I didn't explain right. He said bringing attention to racism is not racism. Talking about what I said, and the point I'm making is when someone brings up racism in an attempt to call out racism, yeah, I think that person is the racist, especially if the situation doesn't even call for it. You know, like if I'm I'm drinking a glass of milk and Joe's drinking a glass of chocolate. That's a bad example. I suck at analogies.
What the hell?
What I'm trying to say is if something is not racist and someone walks up and tries to make it racist, they're the racist. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Well,
you make your own.
I can understand that now.
Unless they're just trying to stir shit up, just to stir shit
it's
up.
like it's like Trump.
Care one way or the other.
Jesse, what did you think of Trump yesterday? Because, like, in my opinion, I was like, I liked what he said. I wish he said a little more, but I liked what he said. But then I didn't like when he pushed the peaceful protesters back to take a picture in front of a church.
Yeah. When I saw what he's been saying, like it's taken out of context. You know, they just want to, like, yeah, he said some fucked up shit, but he also was basically just saying, if you fucking get too crazy with this shit, you're gonna get shot at. I mean, what did you guys see what that sheriff said? I forget where he was, but he said people have to shoot you. People have what to shoot you? He said people in Polk County. He said people have their guns in Polk County, and he said, you know, if you try and go into people's homes, I encourage them to shoot you. And I mean, like, he was just being straight up, kind of like Trump was being yesterday with some of his stuff. Like, you can take it as like, oh, he's inciting riots. It's like, no, he's basically saying if you fucking act out too extremely, you're going to get an extreme response. You know? How do you feel? I think there's a very scary thing going on here that we aren't aware of. Like, which one? Yo, Nate from VA. What's up, Nate? How you doing? I'm an EMT, and these riots suck. So many innocent people are being hurt. Yeah. So many police officers are being injured as well. It's all just messed up. What up, Nate? Stay safe, man. I'm sorry. That sucks. You have to deal with that. Guys, I'm really worried about the deep state here. Not to go off on. Now I'm going to put the tinfoil hat on. You got Anonymous all of a sudden showing back up again, which it's not them. It's being said that it's not even them, by the way. And that makes me think the deep state is in charge of whoever this fake Anonymous is. So I'm really concerned about what I'm seeing here. As far as all the things we've ever heard about deep states and how people could take advantage, I'm pretty concerned. I'm not a Trump guy. I can tell you, I've been over this a million times. I'm not exactly a Trump guy. I'm more of an independent. I'm more classically liberal. But to me, this feels like the deep state. We failed with impeachment. We failed with this. We failed with that. We even tried the pandemic stuff. That didn't work. This is the next step to me. And now we're seeing these setups and the riots and scaring people. And we didn't get the riots with COVID. I think they were hoping to get the riots with COVID. And they didn't get the riots with COVID. See, I think that would have been better, but not yet. Like, I feel like that would have come later, and I think they jumped the gun on this, because if we would have rioted later or did any of this protesting later on, I feel like it would have been for different reasons, like people starting to open their eyes and become aware of, that we're being played with, and that wouldn't have been in the government's favor. It wouldn't have been it would have been in our favor. Like, that's why I think it got started this way. It was just a perfect way to get us. It jumped the gun. We weren't supposed to start this yet. I didn't see this happening till later on in the year for way different reasons. Yeah. And like, this was just, I feel like this was a perfect way to, look how we all kind of came together for the COVID thing. Mm-hmm. People were, every time we fighting about it. Every time we come together, they knock it down. We were all like doing really well. We were all doing really well, and then when Kobe Bryant crashed in the helicopter, I swear to God, we went into another goddamn time loop or something. That was that's always people are gonna think about that, like, oh yeah, everything was going great, and then fucking Kobe Bryant died in a fucking helicopter accident, and after that, everything went to shit. Well, even that brought people together, right? Like, everyone's coming together more and more. They've been trying to divide us like crazy for years. This is the clearest set of divide ever, dude. Like, and see that, I'm telling you, I think if it wasn't for the race thing, it's like an oldie but a goodie. Like, it's something that will always get shit stirred up. And if they didn't do the race card, I think more and more people would have been standing together. Even if they didn't know the details, they would know that the news was full of shit. The media was full of shit. That we weren't being told something, and we would have been, in my estimation, we would have been protesting that together, not. As soon as you bring race into it or anything that tries to separate it, it's the same old shit. I mean, I'm telling you, man, something is super fishy about this. This is super fishy.
I know that I know that there's racial problems. I know that there's stuff like that. We all know that there's always been bad stuff. But
the question is why?
But I saw people on CNN saying nothing, dude. I saw people saying on CNN nothing has changed, and that's wrong. We have changed. We've gotten better and better every single generation. Maybe we're not perfect at all. We're not even close to perfect yet, and you will never be perfect, actually, to be honest.
You can't have, it never will.
But to sit on CNN and say, nothing's changed between now and 400 years ago,
that's not true at all.
What? We had a black president for 8 years. What kind of crack cocaine retardism are you speaking on CNN? Like, I'm sorry.
They must have forgot the guy they sucked off for 8 years, huh?
Oh, you don't even have to go that far. You can even probably just go back 2 generations, and you can tell the difference.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look from those race riots back in the, I think they had 99 years ago in Tulsa, they had a race riot that was big time, and it was almost 100 years for us. So,
how come they aren't? You're right. How come they're not talking about the black cop, the former black cop who was killed defending his store? They didn't talk about him.
Yeah, because it doesn't fit the. I think they're going after whoever can keep this going in a misdirected, dangerous way. Like, if you need to show cops stirring up shit, show that. If you need to show rioters stirring up shit, and then it's on the, the cops had no choice. It's like whatever fits the narrative or whatever fits that hour of narrative. It's like.
Yeah, everybody cares about George. I get it. I do, but. Does anybody care?
Not what this is about, though.
No, it's not. It's not even. You're right. It's not about that. It's not even about it. It is to some people.
To some, yeah, but for the most part, most people are out there because there was a guy. I was watching something out here from people that doing news shows from like we do, it's low end, but it's truth. And they get this guy, and he goes, "Well, so what brought you out here to the protest?" He goes, "I don't know. I just saw people out, and I thought this would be fun."
Yeah.
Like what?
That's most of the people. Most of the people arrested in the Boston cases. It's mostly white kids. It's mostly white
this guy
dudes.
Wasn't starting trouble or anything. He just didn't know it was like he was just standing around because everyone else was. He had no fucking idea why they were protesting, but he was standing out there. It's, dude, you're like, you could get shot tonight. You could get why are you even here? And I think a lot of other people are the same as that guy, except they think they're there for a reason. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It's weird, man.
At least he was straight up with it. But
there's some weird shit going on right now. I gotta tell you, man. There's some weird stuff going on. I feel bad though for I was listening to George Floyd's brother, speaking him again, and the guy was
begging people to stop.
Yeah, he was, and then I was listening to his friend. I don't know if you heard his friend. And the guy was a guy who loved to make sure everybody was safe and keep things secure or whatever. That's why he was a security guard. And he started talking about him and all the way he was or whatever. So that was just, I was listening to that, and I was watching CNN, and I was getting mad again. You're getting mad, listening to this stuff. So
are you guys getting, fuck the news for a minute. Are you guys getting, a lot of people just doing, Facebook Lives and shit and posting what's really going on in front of them?
What?
I don't really check my Facebook too much.
See, that's where I'm getting my best info because it's not biased. It's people are just going
you can't cover that up.
Yeah, I mean, when people are running through tear gas, when 10 minutes ago they were shaking hands with these cops are fine. 10:45 hits, the curfew's at 11. Bam, they fucking drop tear gas on a crowd of peaceful people. And if anything was going to bust the store windows, it was going to be the rubber bullets they were firing, not the peaceful people standing outside. It's they don't show that on the news.
Matt Moon also, the cops have busted stuff too.
How do you enforce a curfew then? And I'm not trying to justify what you just said.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, I got you.
I think at least
they need it that way. That was violent.
No, but do you just say, "Okay, guys, time to go home," and everybody goes, "Okay, thank you"?
I think they start with that. Yeah, it's like closing at a bar or something. You know, you give people like, hey, last round, whatever. Like you need, if it's 10:45 and the curfew's at 11, you start at 10:45 saying, look, get out of here. Otherwise, if you're not out by this time, this will happen. They just
Right. If it's 10:45 and they're shooting tear gas, that's bullshit. I totally agree.
That's what it was, and it was like, wow. And like, you know, for 7 hours, they were fucking cool. They were kneeling, they were fucking shaking hands with all these people, and then the same cops fucking just started blasting. I was like, Jesus.
Matt Moon says, I swear, Joe, this is the Epstein Trump Prince Andrew scandal. Who knows, man? Maybe it is the Epstein stuff. I mean,
well,
it's weird.
Obamagate started as well yesterday or day before. Like, as soon as all this shit started, the Obamagate trials were starting.
Yeah, dude, people are just unreal.
They didn't want us to focus on that, of course.
There's so much going on right now. It's insane, and you can't figure out which way to look, and most people don't care or want to talk about it, so they're going to win with whatever it is. Jake, what's up, man?
Hey.
So, man, how you doing?
Good, you?
All right, you've been listening to all the Brockton scanners all night, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
Anything stand out to you about what's going on? I haven't heard them in a while.
Well, they just sent them. Well, first, a couple of people just broke into the courthouse in Brockton.
Oh my God, that's a huge.
Oh, they're finally going to the right place. Oh my God, it took a whole fucking week, but they finally figured out where to go.
Dude, that's a big courthouse, man. Like Drew, it's a big courthouse. Oh my God.
Well, they've got plenty of shit to destroy.
I had an internship at the Plymouth County one. With my school, we sorted files and stuff for I think it was family probate, but then I thought and there's more National Guard soldiers.
So they're sending the National Guard in over to the courthouse?
And also the high school too.
Jesus. They're gonna have Brockton is gonna be tough.
Yeah, my dad lived in Brockton growing up.
Oh yeah. It's tough because there's a lot of people. There's a lot of crime, but there's also a lot of targets. Like, and I don't mean the store is target. I mean, like you said, there's schools spread in different areas. There's liquor stores everywhere. You know, there's the courthouse. There's big buildings. There's office buildings.
Are you guys getting a lot of like over here? Like what I've been seeing is people going after white-owned businesses specifically as well. Small business, but like white-owned, and it's like. Dude, it's like it's cherry picking these things for hateful reasons, and I'm like, dude, is that supposed to solve racism? What's wrong with these?
Yeah, no, it's just I had a friend who was in the area earlier today, like before the riot, with visiting his grandmother, and he saw the protest. He just had a bad feeling in the area, but that's like most of Brockton for him. Something was out of place.
What was going on with the high school?
So apparently there were people breaking in, and then.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm sure George Floyd is looking down from heaven, smiling on that one, right?
Yeah.
Well, dude, his brother even said, "Knock this shit off." I mean, that shows you that nobody cares. That tells you nobody cares about George Floyd because if his brother's out there saying this isn't right, then
look, and people will argue, well, it's not about just George Floyd. It's about the race. It's about equality.
Bullshit.
Then why are we destroying a school? Why are we breaking into a school?
Yeah.
The most innocent of people, our children that we should be teaching this lesson. Go destroy the school.
But
they also,
go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I got a transmission. Yeah, they were also throwing tear gas in there too. It appears to be.
Well,
and geez,
they shouldn't be. Oh, great.
My dad's gonna see on his way to work in the morning.
This would have been great if this was like months and months later, and people were waking up to the fact that we're being fucked with, we're being played, and we've been being played for years, and then we go fucking do some shit like this, but for a actual like true cause, not for violence, but to basically show that no matter what National Guard they send, no matter what the government does, they can't take us over. That would have been for a better reason. This is just hate, and this is just violence for the sake of it, because people are pissed and they're frustrated. That's not right. I mean,
we need sports back, bro. We need to get sports back right now.
That was one of the first things I said. I was like, see what happens when there's no sports.
Do you think the pandemic Do you think the pandemic is fueling some of this hate?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Well, okay, I think it's feeling frustration. It's feeling frustration. The hatred was misdirected. People don't even know why they're angry. You know what I mean? Like they're just throwing it everywhere. They don't even have a clue what they're doing. You know?
I mean, the problem is a lot of people are right about a lot of things, so it's kind of like it's weird. And then you got the chaos people in between all of it, and people are gravitating to the chaos side. So like whatever, I see people on the left and right being like, these are the crazy people, and it's like, oh, you're all fucked up.
Dudes, and I found out, astrologically, like I haven't been following it too crazy, but this is the first time since like the '92 riots that Saturn is in retrograde in, I think, Capricorn or something, and all these other things like Neptune is in Pisces retrograde, which if you know anything about Pisces, we're in the age of Pisces. Pisces is the self-destructor. You have to self-destruct everything before you can give it.
So is Vigo the Carpathian, though.
My point is self-destruction is inevitable. But it was interesting when I looked at these retrogrades, and I'm like, wow, and it went with 1992 with the Rodney King shit. It's been that long since some of these planetary alignments have happened. And I look at it and I go, okay, so we have to self-destruct. That's inevitable. But like, I mean, when is it going to turn into something of creation? Because that is why it self-destructs. That's why the zodiac goes all the way through Aries to Pisces and then back into Aries from Pisces as a rebirth. You know what I mean? Recreation. I mean,
we got
so it's interesting.
It's all entropy
now. It's inevitable.
They just said I'm listening to the EMS right now. They're talking about how the driver for Uber, who was just tear gas, how he looks like he's rolling around in pain and pure agony.
Jesus.
Oh, dude, you guys see that picture of the kid? I mean, you shouldn't be having a kid at a fucking protest like this anyway, but they were just having to pour milk all over the kid because he got tear gas. It was just a little. And I'm like, I mean, it's stupid to even bring your kid there, but at the same time, it's like, that's fucked. They had a gun pointed at another guy who had his fucking little girl on his shoulders, just right next.
What are you doing with your kids at these things? What are they, stupid?
No, I agree, but there's two fucked up parts. I mean, there's that, and then there's the fact that a cop has his gun to your head while you have your daughter on your shoulders.
That's weird.
Like, they shouldn't even be pointing anything at you. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not.
I think lost him there.
They're kind of setting an example to the child too, like how to, or if you think about it, like how to trying to avoid police, and like how they're all bad people. Their child would be traumatized just thinking that.
Well, you talk about we talk about teaching hate to people. Well, you're actually teaching. You're actually teaching, and which is bad. Teaching hate to people. Nobody's born hateful. You teach it. Well, a lot of these people, a lot of people teach their kids to hate cops. So you get this mix of hate, like, and people just hate each other, and it's like everybody. But I can see why. But it's just like it's just hate, and it all goes together. And
what else we got? Oh,
a little bit of the
bubbly. That's it. Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Where are the rooftop Koreans when we need them?
Where are the rooftop Koreans when we need them?
Jeez.
Well, it reminds me, not exactly Korea, but Japan. EdsView sent us a thing that showed they're actually protesting in Japan now.
Jesus, what is going on right now?
No, I guess it has to do with something specific that happened over there. I'd have to pull it back up and tell you, but
the whole world's going to hell, man. The whole world's going off now.
Someone was killed over there. Or something,
a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. A little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
So Casey got hit in head when he was young cause he talking like he is Tommy autistic cousin loving sister kisser I know who got ass raped.
Yes, that is definitely the result of Casey. No doubt about it. Received an email from Patreon informing me that starting July 1st, 2020, states will will charge sales tax on Patreon pledges. Please find out.
They said that like 2 or 3 months ago.
Yeah, Sith Neegan just told me about it. Yeah, I heard about it a while back. I don't know yet what exactly that means, but I'll read the thing for you. Oh shit! It comes! It's Shane McMahon. He's here. He's here. Chink.
Penelope Ford on AU is so hot I would go down on her like Building 7.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ, that's great.
Yeah, yeah. The Koreans are coming. What up, Trey Love? That's hilarious, man.
Yeah, the reasoning for the protests is in Japan protesting against the violent arrest of a Kurdish local. But
at least it was something local.
It's a violent arrest, like just a violent arrest. That's every
the fact
arrest.
They're doing this in like Brisbane, Australia, over our shit, over the George Floyd thing. I'm like, so the whole world's fucking
shit
now.
bomb. Yeah.
Joe, you gotta be smarter than to fall into the trap of the deep state bullshit. Take off your tinfoil hat.
No.
You simply cannot
Dude,
talk
this
about
is
impeachment
no
and
tinfoil
coronavirus
hat.
in the same way as if it was all an elaborate plot against Trump. COVID was worldwide.
I'm not no, but you're mistaking what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's necessarily against Trump. I'm just wondering what's going on. It could be against. It could be his doing. I don't know, man. But somebody's doing something. It's weird.
People don't. I don't know if people take in like mass consciousness into this. You don't need the virus to even be real all over the world.
Shit bomb.
All you need is the whole world.
Fact is, they saw us all coming together over this whole COVID-19 stuff and had to do something to cause division because they want us divided.
They really do want us divided, man. Somebody's bullshit, dude. People were living way better before, no doubt about it. Corwin Eberly,
I think we showed them. It was weird because you would think like we showed a lot of compliancy, which I don't consider a very good thing. But we also showed unity, and I think they had to break that up a little bit. Because the worst thing for them would have been if we did something like this, but for a cause, for something that was organized. This is just, so they just threw a big mix into the words. Whoa.
$9 for a fuck. Someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9. I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming and my balls have turned blue. $9. Suck my dick.
Ozark Season 4 is a month away from filming.
Yeah.
Let's have it.
Yeah, buddy.
Trey Love. Thank you, man. I haven't seen it yet. I'll have to check it out. We're demonetized on YouTube. That's why there's no super chat. You have to donate using Streamlabs in the description box down below. You'd want to donate that way if you want to. But we are demonetized. That's why there's no $sign or way to support super chats.
What else we got? Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
They came for me, man.
Bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
You get the tweet I send you, Joe?
Let me go take a look here.
Depends on who the fuck you are.
J-Man, thank you. Yeah, it really depends. I haven't seen let me see. Not this guy. Is it Jay? Oh yeah, is that guy's name Jay? Yeah, J-Man. Maybe J-Man. The Impact Wrestling one. You never know where future endeavors may lead.
What else we got? Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
This is an excuse to let out their quarantine frustrations. The vandalism and robberies are fueled by unemployment. If you were fired, stealing seems like a good idea in a riot. Makes sense but still wrong. People created their own violent narratives.
Well, I agree with that to a point because remember, do you guys remember the fucking, what was the hurricane? Katrina?
The Goon.
They were like, there was people that were like getting water and shit, getting supplies, like, and they called them looters at the time. And then, so there were people looting, but then there was also people just getting water and shit, like, I don't know.
Wait a minute,
everybody was out there just taking, what?
They got Antifa in Japan?
Well,
I don't know.
Jesus.
I'm sure there's some sort of branch of it.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I think whatever whatever gives them an excuse to do fucked up shit, I think people will call it whatever they need to.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean,
I'm sure some of them are like actually mean the things they say, like the anti-fascism and stuff like that. But then there's the groups of them that are bad.
That's the hard thing. It's not a black or white or blue. It's a gray area. Just like life itself is just a big gray area, and I think everybody still wants one side or the other, and it's just not how it is.
I got a gray area in my pants.
Is that the Antifa logo or something? Why were you asking that about that?
Yeah, that's it.
Really?
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, see, I wasn't familiar with their logo.
What do you want to talk about? Somebody in the chat said I won't talk about something.
What?
Well, when I talk about Matt Moon, Joe won't talk about that. He loves orange penis. What do you mean by that?
Oh,
I'll talk about it.
You like Donald Trump's cock?
I do not like Donald Trump's cock. I do not like
the
him.
best cock.
And what if I did anyway, you cunt? But I don't.
I got called a liberal hack today, so you just can't win.
Do you think Donald Trump spray tans his dick?
It's a carrot.
I think.
It's a carrot.
I'm just wondering what the color of the drapes. You know, the fucking is it pubic hair? Is it orange like Garfield?
Ugh. Oh my God.
A little cheese doodle sticking out.
Little cheese doodle sticking out.
And fuck Bill Goldberg.
Like a darkish yellow.
Bill Goldberg. If you are a fan of Goldberg and what he represents, you are a fucking piece of shit. I'm telling you right now.
Jake, have you always been a listener in or in that area, or are you like new?
I'm new to the show, if that's what you're talking about.
Okay, so you just found me tonight?
Yeah, I was trying to find a Brockton scanner, and I saw Brockton riots live on Google as a common search result. So
Right. Oh yeah, I knew it when
you were one of like the third result, I think it was.
Yeah, probably getting a lot of locals. What's up to my fellow Massachusetts motherfuckers? Yeah, most of my listeners come from all over the world and all over the U.S., so it's like not really that local. There's only a few Massachusetts people in here, probably. So, but I saw
Jake F, and I thought it was Jacob Fuego.
No, man, I've been doing this a while, but this is my second channel. I have all these different channels on YouTube and everything. But yeah, I was like, I knew when I put the title in, I was like, oh, I'm probably gonna run into some relatives or something who are looking for what's going on in Brockton and Boston. It seems to be much calmer, though. I mean, besides the Dunkin' Donuts on fire and some of the other stuff, you know, compared to...
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone lit a propane tank on fire earlier, I heard.
That's crazy. That's...
Yeah, is all this coming from news sources that you guys are talking about? Like,
he's listening to the police scanner, kind of like we did during the Boston bombings.
Oh, okay.
Oh, jeez. I had a friend who lived in the apartment above that area.
Oh, dude, like me and my wife, I didn't go to work the next day because I stayed up all night listening to the scanners. I still, to this day, have the audio files of the scanners from Boston bombing because I was I can't go to bed. This is crazy.
The reason I asked about the news was because I'm noticing on YouTube, like, you can't post shit about this shit or they'll take you down. But like on Facebook, it's hard to search. But if you have the right friends and they post stuff, you can see video. And it's like, I'm noticing on Facebook there's way less, like on YouTube, you can't even post about this shit right now. It'll get taken down.
Live leak.
You can't post about what on YouTube?
Well, if you try posting about this and the riots and all that, it shadow bans people right now. But like on Facebook...
What the hell? People are make $600 on unemployment. What the fuck do they have to be mad at? And who else has been unfriended cause of this bullshit?
Yeah, a lot of unfriending on Facebook. How about the people that always write, well, look, easy to clean out my friends list now or whatever. Like, you're like, shut the fuck up.
I haven't even used my Facebook in so long.
God forbid you disagree with someone. I mean, you can't disagree with someone and still be friends?
That's the best of friends that you can disagree with, man. That's the best conversation.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a guy down the street from me. I mean, him and I do not see politically at all, but some of the best talks I have are with this guy.
Yeah,
you know?
How fucking boring is it? We all agree with each other. Yay, great.
The teacher was the same way in senior year in high school.
I agree with that.
You agree with everything.
Yeah, no,
When
my
do you not
teacher. Yeah, my teacher. He used to have like these greatest conversations with I think it was another teacher he grew up with when he was little. So they spent like hours in like class periods just talking of whatever.
Well, at least they weren't fucking.
Yeah, no, I remember like in physics class, I had both of them at one point, or one at one point and the other at the other. But so like we were talking about, I forget what it was, something about physics, radio waves or something. So then that's when our internet went down. We had Google Chrome, so there's the dinosaur game. We ended up having a tournament of who can get the highest score. His teacher was like pure ADHD, like not as bad as me, but.
My chemistry teacher would always swear that he was right. Even when he was wrong, he would still fight it. And we had this German exchange student one year. And this guy came in, and at one point, I couldn't tell you what the equation was or whatever the hell, but the teacher is like, oh, his name was Mr. Albin. And he goes, okay, this is that and that. And the German exchange student's name was Eager. And he steps up and he goes, no, Mr. Albin, you're wrong. And he stomps up to the chalkboard, erases everything, and writes it out. And the teacher goes, you can sit down now, Eager. Did not say he was wrong. He actually went on with the lesson with what Eager wrote on the board. The 16-year-old kid just owned a 50-year-old wide-nosed chemistry fuck. Oh, that was great. But so what else have you seen out there? You said you were listening to scanners, you were looking for scanners, you knew a little bit about what was going on, but what else have you anything else you came across you maybe haven't mentioned yet?
Well, it looks like the Stadies, the sheriff, and pretty much a couple towns around, surrounding towns are there too.
They're what?
They were responding to the riots.
Surrounding communities are coming in their police force. Gotcha.
Yeah, mutual aid, I think it's called.
Yeah, no, it amazes me some of the places people are, and obviously not everyone is attending these things with the best thoughts in mind.
Yeah.
But it just boggles my mind what kind of person. You mentioned the school thing. I know I keep going back to that, but it just boggles my mind.
Well, I'm just scared for the people that are actually being paid to do this. Like, that's what fucks with me.
They actually broke into the mall. Oh, God.
Well, you knew that was coming. Malls suck anyway. Unless you're like a 14-year-old girl. Fuck malls.
It's the only thing is I only use a CVS in there so I can get some stuff while I'm at work with my dad.
Yeah.
That's a perfectly good reason, but otherwise, fuck malls.
Yeah. Yeah, they have a
blow up the escalator.
CVSs usually aren't in malls. I don't know if I ever recall seeing a CVS in a mall.
Well, they got rid of it a couple weeks ago, I've been told.
I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of weird how this one works. This one's in Braintree.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, my dad works like walking distance from it.
This is just fucked up, dude, because like they were already against the whole martial law, the whole National Guard thing. And I just we're giving them reason to do it in a violent way. And if you follow the narrative, it looks like, oh, we have to do this. It's for the best, for the betterment. And it's I hate it because it was already going to happen. I wish we would have been smarter. And if we did this in an organized fashion and for a peaceful reason, you can still blow up certain areas. You can still fucking do things that would look like violence, but when they're organized, it's a different thing. Because we needed to show of force on our end, because eventually there was going to be a show of force towards us. There was going to be more, like rights taken away and all these things. But now we're giving them a goddamn reason.
Right. It's just speeding up the process.
Yeah, it's speeding
How much
it up.
longer? How much longer do you think it's going to take just to get to martial law?
I don't know. Put it this way, I'm already setting my
keep writing and see what happens.
I'm already starting, dude. Even though I'm further away from cities and stuff, I'm starting to set my alarm at night and shit. Just arming the windows, arming the door, because it's like I'm just ready for it before it happens. Because luckily, where I'm at, we just started protesting and they're being very peaceful. But an hour away, they're burning shit down. So
yeah, I'm only like one train stop away from Brockton because I live right near my local train station. It's like,
See, I thought people were gonna start doing this though. See, I already felt like there was gonna be fear of like, oh, people might break into your home, this and that. But I thought it would be for like supplies, for toilet paper, for food, because of the COVID. I didn't think it was gonna be over some fucking race thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Jesse
like,
thought it was
people
gonna
grabbing
be.
the toilet paper.
Yeah, remember that we talked about that, and and you know what's weird is remember the other day the Target, the funny meme with all the black dudes are breaking everything and grabbing like shoes, and the white guy in the background with the like $200 Lego set. That was the funniest thing. Like that dude was smart.
Sally, you know.
This is
Joe,
probably sound funny.
I'm sorry, Jake.
So at my work, with the toilet paper thing, people have just been stealing them out of the bathrooms at work.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that. That's crazy.
No, that
too.
Lego thing was the funniest shit ever. Like,
it's too good.
That was his priority.
Could you imagine?
I would have went for like the $1,000 sets.
Could you imagine selling a roll of toilet paper for drugs?
Oh,
Vice
oh
versa?
my God! Did you see the chick who she went and looted? All she came out with was a cheesecake. She's like, I got me a cheesecake. I'm going home. I'm happy.
That was a Wandy's sister.
Like that was the funniest thing.
Did you guys hear about the guy in LA that got arrested, armed to the teeth and in a National Guard uniform? He's a YouTuber.
No, I didn't.
Dude's got almost 90,000 subs on YouTube.
This was in downtown LA?
Yeah, so here I'll just give you the article's pretty quick. A heavily armed man wearing a National Guard uniform was arrested early Tuesday morning on assault weapon charges in LA, according to Fox 11. The arrest occurred near protests over the death of George Floyd, blah, blah, blah. The suspect, 31-year-old Gregory Wong, did the Wong thing apparently, was taken into custody at First in Maine around 1:30 a.m. Tuesday morning.
Wow.
The site is located across the street from LAPD headquarters. LAPD headquarters. Authorities said the suspect was dressed in National Guard apparel and had multiple weapons on him at the time of arrest. Officials say Wong is from Northern California but was living in the area, being held with a $50,000 bond.
Oh man, that's Jesus. Another sad story of a black business owner. They don't care about people, this woman says. She wants to know why Black Lives Matter while ruining her black life and business. So she's really upset.
Why they're running? Because they're a violent organization. They're not a good organization. Like there's a few people in there that do give a shit, but that BLM thing has been totally overused for violent. It's no different than the KKK at this point.
Ooh.
Actually, yeah, that's true.
That's what are you, Dave wrote? No, she's
it's
pissed.
True.
Though.
Like
But
if
you might
you
want to
give a
listen to this.
shit,
Here. If
you
you
don't
type in
what?
on Google, is there a black version of the KKK? Black Lives Matter is actually in some of the articles that show up.
Well, I mean,
we figured this out a few years ago, but now it's like blatant.
It's really, it's really a lot of there's a lot of craziness out there right now. But it seems like it's calming down a bit. Your scanner's calming down in Brockton, huh?
Oh, I'm just turning it down for now because I'm getting feedback.
Oh, okay.
If you guys could get
that's more intelligent than 80% of the callers on this show. Holy shit!
Well,
right?
I don't know, man. I'm encouraging people to go out. Like, if I were to go to one of these things, I would just videotape shit. I wouldn't be like doing anything. But I want to people need to be giving us footage. Like that's where I've gotten the best info is like local footage. People that don't have an agenda that are just trying to capture what's going on.
They did fire those cops the other day. Remember the cops the other day? They dragged these. They dragged this couple out of their car, and like we couldn't figure out why they dragged them out of the car. Remember they tased them? They smashed the window and tased them, and so those cops actually got fired.
Christ.
Yeah, dude, it was weird. Like it was very strange.
I feel like somebody said this to me, and I don't know if it's going to happen, but it was a scary thought. They said, "Just wait till all this seems to be blowing over, and then they find the cops not guilty." That
was all over again.
Yeah, that would
chance
be.
in hell that guy's not going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be this.
Be guilty.
It's got to be the Salem witch trial on that guy's ass. Like I mean, or anybody's ass from there.
And I hear them falling back. It sounds like.
Oh, really? The people?
I just heard one of the cops on the radio say something about falling back.
Really? I wonder how the courthouse is doing. Man, I can't believe nobody's not in Brockton right now. I got to look for like a live feed or something. I can't believe no one's.
Yeah, I'm surprised nobody's videotaping it either. But you know what people like? I don't know what you guys are getting on the news over there, but here they're saying, well, now people are rioting because they want the other cops arrested, and it's like such horseshit. Like,
I don't know why they tased these people. Why did they say they tased these people?
You'll probably see the videos later tonight when people get home and stuff.
Yeah.
That's where you'll start seeing the videos. So be watching tonight.
Yeah. I just,
man, fuck.
I was just using the computer. I just hear my mom call me in the room and just say they're rioting in Brockton. I'm like, I'm plugging this thing in.
Yeah.
Where the two announced their decision, and here it is.
I don't.
Oh, here it is.
Messiah Young attempts to record cell phone video of someone screaming and on the ground under arrest. It's 9:45 Saturday night. An officer asks the Morehouse College student to drive away and then get out of the car. Young keeps going. Officer Ivory Streeter catches up with him. Another officer then starts hitting Young's car window with a baton.
Open the window!
On the other side of the car, officers surround Young's passenger, Tania Pilgrim, a Spelman University student. Officers ask her to get out, but the car is still moving, so Pilgrim pauses. Officer Mark Garner then deploys his taser.
Jeez.
Back on the other side of the car, officers think Young is reaching for a gun. Seconds later, Officer Streeter fires off his taser, shocking Young for nearly 10 seconds. Young had no weapon.
We don't know what you hear. That we hear a taser going off right now. We're not sure who's being tased.
11 Alive reporter Hope Ford witnessed it live.
Sorry about that. I just heard the officer say all you had to do was show your hands. You almost got shot.
And this is one that kept me up all night as well.
Chief Erica Shields took action quickly, firing Officers Streeter and Gardner on Sunday.
They're not white. Are they racist? But no, just weird. Like, man, I don't know. That was some crazy. I don't know. That was very weird. They were. That's. I mean, man, if you're firing them for that, I mean, I've seen so much worse. But you're right. But what are they doing? Like, what?
Even then, though, if they're firing their taser, that's really bad.
Yeah. At a
I'm
car,
actually
like
friends with my local police sergeant, and what he's told me is that when you go through the academy, it is required for you to get tased and possibly tear gas in some areas.
Yeah.
He said it's not a pleasant thing at all.
No, it's not. It's not. Some people, I mean, unless you're on like super drugs or something like that, you know, like you it's gonna bother you unless you're on like some kind of angel dust or some crazy thing. And then it doesn't even work. But yeah, that's some crazy stuff.
If the circuit doesn't complete, apparently it's much worse because one bar would go in and.
Oh, the media said they were white. Yeah, I heard them. I thought they were white too. The media said that earlier, I thought. But dude, CNN has been talking about racism all day with all the cops, and then they showed that, and they said they were white. And then a lady on CNN also was like, "Look at how we treat terrorists differently too." And she said, "Look at the Boston bombing, how they treated them like whatever." And I'm like, "They're not white. Weren't they Middle Eastern?"
He's on death row right now, and he's in a complete isolation.
Yeah.
No, she was saying how like police like. Are like way too violent with just regular people, but with terrorists we brought them in without any harm. And I was like, what? The guy was like bleeding to death in a boat when we found his brother, and his brother got hit by a car. Like, this bitch was on CNN saying that we don't treat people the same way than we treat white people. And then which is true sometimes. We see white people like who are like shooters let out. And I said, why didn't you? I said, that's true about the theater shooter. The theater shooter, that white guy, that guy who just got pulled away peacefully, yeah. But like she was trying to say like the Boston bombing guys were white, number one, and number two, they were like peacefully taken into custody. And this was on CNN. I think I have it recorded too. I'm like, this lady's an idiot. Weren't they Middle Eastern? They were like Nazagarov or like some name.
Zokhar Tsarnaev.
Tsarnaev, yeah. Like, and there was two of them, and the brother was like killed horrifically.
Yeah.
And then the other brother was in a boat bleeding to death when the cops found him, and they had to like stabilize him to keep him alive. These guys got fucked up, and this lady was on CNN like, look at all the examples of how we don't treat even terrorists this bad, like the Boston bombings. I was like, what are you saying? And the stupid Chris Cuntbag on CNN, Kumo, sat there and just was like, you're right, it's just so terrible. I'm like, is anyone gonna correct this? This is not right. Like they fucking like murdered the Boston bombers like in a manhunt. And she was saying that, she's like, we hunted these people down and they still like made it off better than regular citizens or whatever. And I'm like, the first example she said was, look at the Boston bombing. And I'm like, that is not right. Like, the Boston bombers were fucking destroyed. Those guys, the body of the Boston bomber was all over the internet with his holes in his belly, and he got hit by the car by his own brother, hit him after when they were chasing him. Like, dude, that shit was crazy.
Plus, isn't there Guantanamo Bay too? Terrorists.
Oh God, probably like over there. Who knows what the hell's going on over there?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad, Jesse.
I was about to say that to her.
I fixed you, Jesse. Let me play the donations again. Yeah, it was weird. I think I've got it recorded somewhere, but I couldn't believe she was saying that. Somebody, if anybody has the clip of that lady saying that the Boston bombing suspects were handled with care or brought to custody, that was on CNN.
Like the one that got mowed over by a car?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, dude, this lady was on CNN earlier. Leah heard this. We were sitting there watching, and she said, oh, you know, it's not like, if anybody has the clip anywhere, can send it to me. I would love to see that clip, and I would love to play that next to CNN. I would love to show you what CNN does. This lady said the Boston bombers were handled with care. One of them is dead.
Tell me another joke.
But I mean, dude, like, it was crazy. I'm like, one of them is dead. Like, right off the bat, one's dead. Like, what are you talking about? That's CNN. And then no one corrected her. They went, you're right. The racism is so out of control. And I went, what? What are you talking about? 2 weeks ago, nobody was talking about this. A few months ago, we were all sad about Kobe Bryant dying. Like, that's what CNN wants, blacks and whites to kill each other. That's what it comes down to. That's what CNN wants. It's like there's no other reason. It's crazy. No one corrected this.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Check for the dance protesters on your DM on Twitter.
Oh, okay. J-Dude, what's up? J-Dude. I think I did see this. I think I did see you send me this. Juan Garibay sent me something too. Oh, is that Juan? Juan, is this you?
It's like...
Ribbit Nessa and Joe, grab your spandex, let's all get froggy beating up villains in crotchless latex.
Oh man, a bullfrog Batman, thank you, sir. Yeah, let's all get in latex and rub up on each other.
He actually DM'd me and said that was actually him. And you know he did, because he always DMs people and tells them that stuff.
So pathetic.
Look at, see, that's a protest right there. Do a little dancing, a little, weird stuff.
That's a dance party.
Attention.
You can't say that's not peaceful.
I really want to go laugh at Trump's tweets. Can we do that?
I haven't gotten a transmission in a while. I wonder if they're encrypting it or...
What is going on? Oh my God, dude. This guy rock bottomed a cop. Oh my God, dude. What? This is from days ago.
Here we go.
Is this real?
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Joe, let's get froggy style, Joe, and unblock me from Twitter. Frog. I love you, Drew. Heart.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
he donated twice.
The bullfrog is here, if that's really him. Did I really? I think I blocked him on Twitter because he was like, "I'm done with Joe and die," all these things, and then like then I blocked him. Then 2 days later, he was like, "I love you."
Well, yeah,
like,
I think he was mad at you last night for someone blocking him in the chat. It's like, well, yeah, that's Joe's fault.
Thank you, Bullfrog, for the $13 Here comes the money donation. Let's check it out. Is this real or is this like an old clip? Can someone verify if this is an old clip? Or if this is...
I'd have to see it. I have not seen a cop get rock bottom yet. But
no,
there's so many things out there.
You'll see it in a minute. It's coming up. Oh! It was really a belly to belly or whatever. A belly to... Yeah, it was more to belly to belly than anything. Ooh. I don't know when that... I just know that that's from June 1st. It was sent to me, so... That might have been the other night. Goldberg has entered the chat. This guy speared a dude in full-out riot gear. That might have been Brazil, though.
Oh, jeez. Woman with golf clubs now.
Woman with golf clubs?
Yeah, no. I just heard a woman with a golf club hitting something.
Deleted around Twitter. Here's the video of a boy getting shot. Oh, my God. I can't watch that. Is anyone hearing that?
About what?
A 13-year-old boy getting shot 19 times by the NYPD.
Oh, that's a new one, too. I mean, unless that's just coming across the wire. But what the
Good
hell are
God.
children doing at these things anyways?
I don't think they're
And I
at
know
the thing.
13's maybe that age where you think he's over at Billy's house, you know.
I think he
spending
is
the
at a
night or
house,
something.
though. I think he is at a house. Hold on a minute.
I'm trying to hear what the fuck being said.
And if you bring your kid to something like a piece of protest,
Good God.
They killed him, boy. They killed him. I fucking dropped him.
Whoa.
yeah, if you
What
bring
the-
your kid to a peaceful protest like this, it's just
No,
asking for trouble.
This looks like it's outside of someone's house. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the context of that clip is, so I have no idea what that means.
I don't know. Well, yeah, it was. Were you able to? You weren't able to see anything?
No, I wouldn't have watched it if I thought I could have seen it. Conflicting stories circulating already, but what I've gathered, NYP shot and killed another black man 19 times. I've been some stories saying he was 34, some saying he was 13. These sound like I mean,
even
come
black?
on.
I mean,
You know, those look kind of close. So, 34, 13.
Yeah, whatever
Yeah.
happened to the body camera videos being released?
Yeah, well, have we seen the body cams yet?
Yeah, after all
Those will be
these
coming
times.
soon.
Yeah, I mean in general, like they used to release the body cam videos a couple of weeks or months after, but now they're not releasing them at all to any cause.
Mad Moon says GTA 6 North Brockton.
Jesus.
Oh God.
Yeah, Brockton's going nuts. I mean, there's all this weird propaganda and scary attacks on people right now. Like did Sonny, people are calling Sonny out for white power things and stuff? Did that really happen? I mean, all this witch hunt stuff is scary, If it's real, then fuck it, but I mean.
And it's going to the Metro.
Oh boy.
Well, yeah, it's.
Oh no, in Chicago?
Brockton.
Well, Chicago, this should just be a normal day, right?
No.
Oh my God.
No, Brockton
I know, I
is.
I wonder how my brother's gonna get to do the tour or something. He's doing something with the Bridgewater State University tomorrow.
The Metro is like the transportation Drew out here, out in Brockton.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know what the Metro is here, so yeah, that's what it's the transportation.
He's gonna be taking the commuter rail there.
Wow, a lot of people couldn't get out the other night. They closed it up early, so there's a lot of people stuck and craziness going on, and it's crazy that the news
all over again.
Well, it's crazy that our local news isn't covering anything anymore, and there's so much going on now. But everyone's off the air.
All about COVID mostly.
Yeah, well, it's all replays and stuff. It's not.
Exactly.
There's no live coverage right now. I'll tell you what, man. If I didn't have a family, because I always wanted to do journalism stuff, and if I didn't have a family, 3 kids in my house and what I'm doing, I mean, dude, I'd definitely be out there, you know, like with a fucking microphone and probably a vest on and everything.
Oh God.
Yeah, because
I'm surprised that Donald Trump doesn't have like a publicist that filters out his tweets and shit.
Dude, we're gonna go look at some of Donald Trump's tweets right now because he's retarded.
The most recent one. Oh man.
See, that's what I mean. I feel like it's like being done on purpose. Don't you feel like there's this on purpose pushing back on both sides going on, where it's like you know what's happening, you know that it's bad. And
That's
it's
kind
like,
of what he's saying in his most recent tweet. It's funny you say that.
Yeah, it's like, dude, what are you doing? You're gonna, oh my God, like, what is everybody doing? You're all gonna make, like, for all the stupid people, right? Like the stupid white people out there, and then the stupid people that are maybe like on the other side of things. You know, for all the white people, the black people, everybody, and every other race that's like not the smartest, the group of them that's not the smartest, that are doing crazy things, you don't want to stir those people up, you know, to where like white people, the crazy dumb of every race is like, see, they're gonna get us, we need to do something, like, and like, oh my God, dude, you're gonna blow people up, people are gonna go nuts. Let's go back towards let's read Donald Trump's tweets and just fucking, I was gonna do this days ago,
just thumb through his tweets.
Oh jeez.
All right, my admin has done more for black community than any other. Oh, he means his administration has done more for the black community than any other president since Abraham Lincoln.
Jesus.
Opportunity zones with Senate Tim Scott. Guaranteed funding from HBCU's school choice. Passed criminal justice reform. Lowest black unemployment, poverty, and crime rates in history. He really did a good job with unemployment. I mean, I think Barack helped a little bit, but I think Trump did well with unemployment.
Yeah, we do have to give him credit where it's due.
The market was at all-time highs.
Yeah.
But not anymore.
Well, no, right. That's not his fault.
Plus, he did make, I think he made animal cruelty a federal crime, too.
That was cool. Yeah, that was a good thing. But yeah, to say that, to tweet this, see. So let's look at what Trump tweeted, and let's pretend I'm the president and what I'm going to tweet it. So I'm going to rewrite Trump's tweet for me. During my administration, I have tried my best and been very effective with supporting the black community. Black unemployment, poverty, and crime rates, the lowest in history. I wanted to keep it that way, and I think we can get it right back to where we were before. I love the black community, despite what some detractors say, and I'm here to hear you, and I want to help you more going forward. Look at my previous track record. I want to do even more, like something like that. That would have been my tweet, letting you know that.
That's very good.
So that would have been my tweet had I been the president. So there we go.
I'd vote for you, Joe.
Absolutely. I mean, that's legitimately what I'd really want to do. Hey, I think I've done a lot for the black community, but you guys are telling me that you don't think I've done enough, and so now I'm going to do enough. Now I'm going to go, you know, we've got an animal cruelty. We've done great stuff with some of the unemployment and stuff like that. Now I'm going to talk about the cruelty towards the citizens via the police, and we'll get that out of the way too. And then I would look at it like a video game. Like I'm gonna do so much good. You're gonna have to agree, you know, because people are even sucking Bush's dick now. What is this? What is this? Bush?
Oh.
I mean, people are sucking George Bush's dick, and he sucks. He's got to be one of the most evil fucking presidents we ever had. And now people even go, he wasn't that bad. So if Trump could do all these great things for people, then he could be looked at great too. But he just
Bush Jr. or Senior?
No, Bush Jr. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, dude, Patriot Act, stem cell research on pause, going to war for no reason, like all these things. I hate. That's my opinion. You guys, some of you may like George Bush. I don't like him. I think he's the worst. But that's just me. You know. But I'm also a pretty classic liberal, so you know I'm not gonna like him as much. Silent Majority says Trump. He tweets Silent Majority. Burgess Owens, Utah. We weren't too sure in 2016, but we voted for the right person to take us through this process. Thank you, Burgess. Oh, so someone praised him in the media, so he was tweeting out what they said, which is so weird, dude. That is so Tommy NC 2010. Dude, Donald Trump is Tommy NC 2010. I mean, I can't find a different comparison. Donald is Tommy. Anyway, Hillary Clinton, blah, 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 Melania Trump. I'm not following any of you guys. Pence is creepy.
Oh, man, he's Tommy. I'm still... The more I think about it, the funnier it gets.
Now, if you add the Trump tweets out how long the Democrats have been in office right here, you know, Biden 44 years, Schumer, Pelosi, I'd agree with him shitting on these people, but he's got to put the Republican ones in there too. So if you put like Mitch McConnell and some of the Republican ones, scumbags in this list too, then I agree with you. Nobody should be here more than 20 years. Get the hell out of here. Here's some more.
New York Starbucks looted.
Well, that's not as bad as Brockton's Dunkin' Donuts on fire.
Oh, jeez. Massachusetts is more Dunkin' Donuts than
Dunkin'
anywhere else in the U.S.
Yeah, it's only one. We've got 300 in Brockton alone.
Yeah, exactly.
New York's...
England, you can't go like 3 miles or not even a mile without seeing another.
Right. Yeah, I was saying that the other day. I was like, when a guy drives to Massachusetts for the first time, he's like, damn, there's another Dunkin' Donuts across the street from a Dunkin' Donuts, man. Dunkin' Donuts is putting themselves out of business.
When I did my thing in Minnesota, I did like a 30-day outward bound trip where I was in the wilderness. When I got out,
naked,
my mom had to drive like a half an hour. Actually, it was like an hour just to get to a Dunkin'.
Oh my God, dude.
She didn't want to go to Starbucks at all.
Man, that's crazy. You ever just like molest a bear?
I just came across a video, and you can't show this, so there's no point in me even sending it to you because you wouldn't be able to show it. But this guy is laid out on the sidewalk in, doesn't even say where, but he's laid out, looks like he's dying, blood all underneath him. And the guy's just standing there holding the phone at him. Stay with me, OG. Stay with me, OG.
Oh, my God.
And someone else has to actually come in and try and help the guy out, try and, do what they could. He's just sitting there filming, repeating himself, and it's like, what?
Call 911.
Yeah, I mean, it says an unfortunate victim of rioters in the USA, but it doesn't show what happened.
Well, I hope he's okay, man, whoever that is. I hope that someone takes care of him, man. Stop the bleeding and CPR. I mean, come on, man. Stop the bleeding and CPR. You can do it.
77-year-old former police officer.
I mean, you can literally go on your camera on your phone right now and look up how to do CPR emergency, and there's like a 3-minute video that will pop up, and you can literally watch it and do it right then and there. I mean,
the thing is,
might
you
get
need
COVID.
a certificate or a certificate or something because you can get sued if you.
Yeah, you're right.
Even if you do it right, you can still get sued.
That's a great point. You're right. You can, I mean, well, it depends on you guys. I mean, I have one luckily, but I'm certified for like newborns too.
My mom is a nurse. She taught me the CPR with when I was in Boy Scouts, and then I carried it on over to adulthood, and I did it at the Y a year later, and now I'm certified again.
Yeah, I actually, now that I think about it, I haven't taken mine, and it's now been 8 years since I last took it, so I don't know if it's clear, but I think it still lasts, though. I think it's 10 years, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, my school did a trip.
Sorry.
And the whole class got our CPR certificates, and
yeah, I got mine in high school, and then I got it again after, and then when I had kids, I had one anyway, so, but here's some more of Donald Trump's tweets. New York's finest are not being allowed to perform their magic. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. I don't know why, but it's so funny. His tweets are so funny, dude. New York's finest are not being allowed to perform their magic, but regardless, and with the momentum that the radical left and others have been allowed to build, they will need additional help. New York City is totally out of control. Must put down rioting now. Must put down rioting now. What does that mean?
That was too good.
Dude, that was 57 minutes ago.
CVS got broken into.
Ugh. Really in Brockton, huh? You know, I actually thought maybe that Brockton wouldn't be that bad. I thought maybe there would be some smashing things and some little... I didn't think it was going to be that bad.
Yeah, I think it was like the north end and the south end or something. There's one good end and then one
yeah.
where it's all bad.
There's that. I think it's the white area. They got to be terrified. The white area has to be terrified. It's on one of the corners of Brockton. They're probably in their houses right now, like fucking clinging to their ninja swords or whatever. A lot of white people in Brockton have ninja swords for some reason. Chaos, lawlessness, and destruction take over New York. At Fox News, when will Governor Cuomo call the federal government for help? Well, he probably won't call them for help because his brother's too busy faking COVID coming out of the basement in a lie. The media falsely claimed violent rioters were peaceful, and that tear gas was used against rioters. Fake news is hurting our country so badly. Don't burn down churches. This article is a must-read. Okay, so here's where we disagree with Trump here. Donald Trump, the people that were burning the churches was the night before. Probably the criminal looters. You can't prove that the peaceful protesters that were there at the White House the next day in daytime were the same people that burnt down the church, Donald. So I disagree with you here. Those people were acting peaceful the other day that you pushed back. So you can't pretend like they are the ones that set the fire. Yes, criminal looter protesters or whatever they were the night before did set a fire, and those are criminals. And those guys should have been bullied around and beaten with something. But
exactly. How do you decipher, though?
Because it's the next day. It's a reset.
Right.
The next day.
Is it, though? I mean,
yes.
If every time a crowd of people walks up to in an area... And
let me explain something.
What I'm trying to say is, how do you know this isn't the same crowd coming back?
You don't know. You don't know.
What do you do?
You don't know, but
so you
know.
Just wait until they burn a building?
What you know is the crowd in the daytime the day before was peaceful. And then some different people came in, or some of the people in the protest decided to go rogue. Whatever. But the bottom line is that entire day no one had done anything. And you can watch from the White House with a fucking telescope or whatever you want. And look at the protesters and say, are they doing anything bad? Are they doing anything whatever? No, sir. So far it's peaceful. Okay, and they remain peaceful.
And I'm not saying you should do something to the innocent protesters. What I'm trying to figure out is, where do you draw the line? How do you decipher, and what do you do?
My point is that he's just, I don't care if we could actually say that, hey, someone had to be made an example of, so they made an example of the peaceful ones. Okay, I'd agree with that, fine. But what he's saying here is incorrect. Media falsely claimed that violent riots were peaceful. No, they didn't. They claimed that those protesters that you pushed back at that time of day were peaceful, and they were. So I disagree with them. Now, the night before, they were scumbags. Now, if people are more mad that he pushed back some of the protesters the next day as opposed to the people burning down the church almost the day before, I mean, that's a historic church. So he's got to be pissed. I just disagree with how he's wording this. I don't agree with how he's wording this. I think that
he
that's
can word
wrong.
Everything he does better. Everything that comes out of his mouth can be worded.
See, we could reword this too. We could reword this. I would reword. Let me remake this.
That's why what I was trying to do was kind of reword it for him there.
Okay, well, let me do it. I'll remake this for you. The media is claiming that we pushed back peaceful protests. The curfew was coming up, and we wanted to show that we are serious. Based on the looting, the rioting, and the criminal activity the night before, it is important to have law and order in the country, and we will have it. I will continue to stand with peaceful protesters, but I will also not be pushed around by violent criminals. And that's all I would have said. And the night before, people tried to burn down that church. And I would have said something like that. That's vague. But instead, he's like the fake news and this and that. But then what he says, it's not quite. That's not really what happened, Donald. The night before, there were criminals there burning down a church. The day after, you don't know who those people are. You don't know if they're bad, they're good, But what you do know is for the last several hours, they'd been good and they'd been peaceful. And when the cops even got in their face, they didn't really do anything back but yell some things. There was no fireworks blowing up at that time and stuff like that. So what I would have rather seen is the people that were lighting the church on fire beaten. That's what I would have rather seen, is the people lighting the churches and the city stuff on fire and being criminals. Those people should have been batoned, not fucking pushing back these peaceful people.
Then you get more misjustice accusations, like not treating someone properly.
Well, that's
the punishment doesn't fit the crime.
Well, you're about to see a whole.
Go.
Well, that's where Trump's going. He's going with, I'll bring the military in. He's about to do a double whatever I just said. He's ready to go. I think he should be too. Fuck this, man. If you're gonna tear shit up and keep it going.
That's where I say, where's the answer here? Because you can't. You should be able to peacefully protest, but how do you know what a peaceful protest is? Because at any minute, this group of 2,000 people.
I figured it out. Trump believes these guys are the same people. Because look, he wrote, "You got it wrong. If the protesters are so peaceful, why did they light the church on fire the night before? People liked my walk to the historic place of worship." Well,
does he only look at his own tweets?
I'm gonna die, dude. I'm gonna pass out. I'm gonna pass out, bro. I'm gonna pass out, brother. I'm gonna die, dude. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I gotta play these donations, but I'm gonna fucking. I'm gonna have a heart attack.
There is already martial law. It's just worded different. And hell, I seen a video. A dude was coming out of Target it with a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah. Freddie Mitchell.
Them. That's good.
Thanks to Batman and Freddie Mitchell. Freddie Mitchell, thank you. People loved my fucking. That's all it was. He wanted to walk to a church. I get it. They said he was in a bunker, and he wanted to walk to the church that's on fire. Now I'm not. I'm a little bit like him. You know, I'm kind of irrational. Drew, I don't know what I would do if I was the president, man. It'd be insane.
Should have stayed in the bunker.
My name is Kane, and I'm donating.
I live 30 minutes outside of Portland, Oregon, and luckily after 3 nights of rioting the protests have finally turned peaceful. Stay safe, everyone.
Yeah, it looks like it's getting a little bit better everywhere, but, you know, I think
Well, they've stolen everything.
Everything's...
There's nothing else to bust and steal.
The stores are empty.
Warehouse going up in Maine.
What?
Warehouse going up in Portland, Maine.
In Portland, Maine, really? All the way up there? Jesus, I would think it'd be...
Yeah, I've heard something about that from one of my grandfather's friends.
They got a lot of white guild up there.
There's something going on in Canada, too. Little things here and there.
Thank you, Corwin.
Please take your time to learn the difference between Antifa and Black Lives Matter. 2 different groups and purposes. People around the world knows this. Why don't you and Drew and everyone else know this? Take time to study. Ty.
What?
I mean, I didn't say anything about that. There's a difference between Antifa is a violent, weird, masked group of degenerates. And to me, Black Lives Matter is a huge movement and group that's filled with different pockets and versions of it. I don't think it's all one way or the other.
Yeah, I never tried to compare the two.
No, somebody did earlier, and I know what he's saying. But Antifa is way different, dude. Black Lives Matter, the saying, I have no problem with, really. And BLM, the groups, most of them are fine. But there are some times where BLM groups take it upon themselves to do certain things that are criminal or illegal that aren't good. But the group is so big that you never know what's going to happen. But Antifa has been mostly instigating punks. So, and criminals altogether. So there is a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what
agree.
the
I
hell
don't
you're
know.
saying I said earlier. I don't know what I said earlier that you're saying I said, but it ain't.
Earlier you were. I mean, I don't know who he's talking about, you or me. I haven't even said the word Black Lives Matter today.
Yeah, I mean, I think it might have been Jesse earlier. I don't know. Maybe someone said something earlier that I don't know about, but I never said any of that.
I
At
mean,
all.
I think
In
I
fact,
said something about Antifa setting up a bunch of bricks everywhere.
dude, I've been ranting on Antifa for years. I've never been ranting on BLM. I've been ranting on Antifa for years. If you watch me, you know that. You've never seen, because I don't go there with the BLM stuff because it's so it's so vague with so many different groups of different things. So in the end, here's all that matters. Forget Antifa, forget all these groups, forget all these different things. When you see criminal activity, arrest them. Doesn't matter what group they're part of. Doesn't matter whose group, where group, what group. If they're bad, arrest them. And if they're cops doing bad things, arrest them. That's all you need to know. It doesn't matter if they're cops, Antifa, BLM, white, black, Asian, fucking.
Okay, so I had to switch phones for this, but what are people's fucking problems?
Someone compared, apparently someone compared Antifa and Black Lives Matter.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Them.
I don't know.
I don't remember comparing them. I remember saying the Black Lives Matter thing has kind of taken over and gotten more violent than anything. But I didn't compare them.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I actually don't know shit about Antifa myself. I don't know as much about them as the other. Fuck.
I'll tell you one thing. If Trump fucked up the COVID response, then no Democrat was gonna save us because he was moving when all the Democrats thought it wasn't real. You know, so they're all our leaders are fucked. And by the way, none of our leaders are responding to any of this stuff really until finally today.
No,
none of the government. Where's all the governments? Where's the
that's
governors?
the interesting thing, Joe. I'm glad you brought that up. Like
every day for COVID, Jesse.
Trump.
Every day for COVID, Jesse. They came out.
Yeah.
We're going to tell you about COVID. We're going to tell you about COVID. We're going to tell you about COVID. Every day, all of your leaders, every day. Oh, COVID. Now that this is going on, people are being hurt and stuff. Where the fuck is everybody?
Like what you're saying, Joe, like they haven't been bringing it up. They haven't delved into it, but they're reacting because of it. But they're not talking about it. They're not addressing it. Like what's, you know,
they're not even
like you're
saying anything.
They did it for COVID every.
None of the leaders are saying anything, dude. We watched the Minneapolis Police Department and the whole place just burn down while not a word from anyone. They didn't say anything.
And do you notice how the news is trying to pretend like they're actually giving you inside information, like about the bricks?
Yeah.
There we go. Bye-bye, Jesse.
The good old California internet for Jesse fails again.
We should have seen this all coming. Coronavirus made it so there was very little crime for like 3 months straight. People had to let out their frustrations at some point and it came to this.
Yeah, it seems like it a bit.
Well, you know, it's funny. I was saying that at the beginning of all the lockdown and everything. I said, if it goes on too long, you might even remember me saying this. If this goes on too long, how long until people start fighting back, rioting? Now, I didn't think it was going to be like this. I thought it was just going to be strictly over COVID and the lockdowns.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, I kind of half called it. At least.
Yeah, it did happen.
Smoke weed every day.
It's not the way we thought.
Joker has gone too far. Joe, it's time I'm coming to get you. We're gonna clean up the streets. Also, let me call Superman aka John Cena. We might need him as a punching bag he can kick at too from a mob beat down.
Batman, thank you for the 420. Smoke up, Batman. Luke Rojas in the chat goes, I can't believe Joe isn't wearing a Tupac shirt. Instead, I'm wearing an Irish pinch for a punch t-shirt or whatever.
They used tear gas so he can walk to a church to take picture with the Bible.
Exactly, Freddie Mitchell. Listen, I love you, Freddie Mitchell. Listen, a lot of people called me a dick sucker or something to Trump, but it's like, I don't agree with, dude, he's retarded. He used tear gas on people that weren't really doing anything at the time to go to the church. Then he's like, all because of what happened last night. So that means if like 5 guys do something in the street tomorrow.
Joe, no one should stand between you and God. No one.
They'll never stand between Trump and God. So if five guys are in the streets in front of the White House tomorrow and they like beat something up and light a fire, the next day if you see 5 guys in the street, your answer is beat the shit out of them and arrest them?
Yeah.
Because that's basically what he did. Like, oh, people lit fires last night, so now today that's okay. So it's just, no, you wanted to walk to the church and look like a goofy fucking idiot, and you did. You look like an idiot. Yeah, I thought his speech was good, though. He needed a little more, I thought, but he was pretty good. And Charlemagne thought it was good, too. Charlemagne was on CNN saying he loved the speech, too. But he didn't like what happened afterwards, and that's what I'm saying. Like, what he did afterwards was like, what the fuck? I mean, it was kind of hilarious in a way. Like, people got mad at me for thinking it was funny. I did. I'm sorry. It's hilarious. It was so fucking insane that I was laughing at it because it's crazy. Like, I don't know.
You know, one thing I do want to say, and first of all, no one in Washington is qualified to be the fucking president of the United States. Let's just be honest right now.
No one.
Look at your alternatives. No one. I mean, look at your alternatives. Do you think Hillary would have handled this better? No, 30 years ago, she was killing children to help her husband, you know, in politics. What do you think she would have done in this situation?
2016, we were fucked either way.
Hillary,
we'd probably be at war with. We'd be at some kind of war, is the answer, Drew. I don't know with who.
Exactly.
China, somewhere.
I mean, what do you want? Do you want me to just go down the list of everyone in Washington? You guys know it as well as I do. You could sit there and call Trump a dumb piece of shit, but so is everyone else out there.
Well, but I mean, no one's
can run this fucking country, especially in 2020.
But you're right. You know, you're right. But you know what? But you know, the thing, Drew, is I don't know, dude. Like, whether you like Trump or you hate Trump, he's the most bizarre president like we've ever seen. I mean, he is bizarre. Like, it's weird. Like, I mean,
he is, and he also takes a lot of shit. You know, or people say a lot of fucked up shit about him. Yeah. And fuck social media for existing, first of all. But second of all, could you imagine half the shit that you see on Twitter said about him being said to any president before him?
Well, you know,
whatever happened to showing the president respect? And I know I feel like a broken record here.
Dude, people bashed Obama like you wouldn't believe when he was president. People blamed Obama for the gas prices that he inherited from Bush when the gas hit the fan with Bush. And then
I don't remember the Obama is a dumb, stupid piece of shit retard tweets. I failed to remember.
Twitter wasn't around like that then. When he first got in, dude, there was crazy shit like on MySpace, I remember. People in my real life, like, they hated Obama. They were like, ugh, Obama this, Obama that. I hated Obama, dude. I worked for a lady who hated him. And every day she ranted and raved about Obama sucking and all these things. I'm just saying, I think it's ramped up and this is more than you've ever seen before. I think the hate on Trump is more than you've ever seen before. But it was getting there with Obama, and we hated on Bush too. Bush got shit on by people too. We've really been bashing people for a while. We've never seen anything like this. But we also never had the social media and video presence that we've had in the last probably 6 years.
Yeah, but I guess
so. You're kind of right. You're right. But
yeah, but you look at national media. National media is fed off of that. Do you think back in 1995? I could even go sooner, more recent than that. I don't know the year, but can you fuck,
dude? The Batman video just hit 60,000 views.
Damn, you got me beat.
Batman's going off.
But could you imagine 20 years ago, whatever?
Yeah.
CNN, Fox News, whoever was out there, your local news, sitting there and going, Bill Clinton is the worst president we've ever had in your life. Imagine Rachel Maddow or whoever her equivalent was 20 years ago. You didn't see that. The things that people like Maddow and
you're definitely seeing the news.
That gay dude, whatever his name is, Anderson Cooper.
No, you're right. The news has turned from giving us the facts in the news and maybe a little bit of opinion into full-on opinions. Like, they're giving full-on, just like they're ranting on CNN and MSNBC and places like that, like a YouTuber would rant on somebody. Anybody can do it. And that, you're right. I've never seen
There's no more yes, Mr.
Fox,
President.
Fox was pretty harsh on Obama, but yeah, I've never seen anything like. I mean, it's the news isn't the news anymore. The news is this fully agenda-driven, ranting, opinionated piece that's trying to pretend like it's the factual news of reason. And none of the news stations are right. They're all wrong and owned by somebody. It's terrifying what the news has done.
They're very corrupt.
I could even step out of social media and say 20 years ago, I can't remember standing around talking to someone or listening to someone going, that Bill Clinton, he's a stupid son of a bitch, piece of shit, needs to die, blah, blah, blah. No one ever, I don't remember anyone ever even saying that. Like in a one-on-one conversation over a beer.
I'm not here to pretend to understand how black people feel, a place to tell them how to react. I don't know. Nessa sent me this. This is about CM Punk on Fox, so let's see what this is about.
This will be interesting.
Well, WWE on Fox, the whole thing.
What about you?
Well, I think people talk about the need to have a conversation, and
I'm Jewish.
I'm a white guy. I'm not here to pretend to understand how black people feel. I don't think it's my place to tell them how they need to react. This country has a problem. That much I know. I'm here to tell the white people.
I thought he would pull the Jew card and just say, well, I'm Jewish. I'm not. I don't even. I know exactly what they're talking about.
You need to listen.
Hell yeah! Remember the Obama wife a monkey lol, and to be fair, the mayor of Minneapolis has handled this well. He was the one that called for the FBI and Trump took credit for lol.
That's a good point, 27, Freddie Mitchell. Yes, they called his wife a monkey. She's a man. There was people putting effigies up of Obama being hung. There's a lot of crazy shit. So, yeah, there you go. I mean, there's a bunch of it. I remember it. It was crazy. The hate for Obama was wild. And the hate for Trump is even ramped up. It's been going this way, to be honest, if you look at it. But let's listen to more of CM Punk looking uncomfortable.
To your black brothers and sisters, and you need to understand where they're coming from. It's hard to try to walk in somebody's shoes or try to understand where they come from. But this country, there's almost two Americas. When I get pulled over, I'm nervous I'm going to get a ticket. I don't want to live somewhere where, Mark, if your son gets pulled over, he's worried he's going to get murdered.
What Jesse said the other night.
So
yeah,
I'm just here to tell white people you probably need to shut up more, and you certainly need to listen more. There is a problem. And the paradox is the only way to deal with intolerance is with intolerance. If you are a white person, you more than likely are privileged. Use that privilege and support your black brothers and sisters, especially now, because we need it. We live in a time where hatred is stoked at the highest level. And I don't like things I see. I do what I can to stop it. And I think I'm hopefully using my voice for good. But fascism and racism cannot win. And if you're struggling to try to come up with a way that you can help, the easiest way to help is combat that intolerance with intolerance. There's no room for it. And how I relate that all to myself, even though none of this is truly about me, is the first tattoo I ever saw in my life was a number on my grandfather's arm. And he rode a horseback towards Nazi Panzer tanks. And now it's 2020, and we live in a world where the president says that Nazis are very fine people. And you can't walk that back, and you can't tell me he meant something different.
Wait, he said that Nazis are very fine people?
I must have missed that clip. And fuck Bill Goldberg.
If you're white, use your voice, protect your black brothers and sisters, and protect the people who this country was not built for. They may say it was, but everybody has a different experience. And just listen more.
Damn, Punk going all the way. CM Punk.
And fuck Bill Goldberg.
I wonder, wow. I didn't know he had that. I didn't know he could speak that well with so many cocks in his mouth.
Is he talking about the West Virginia thing where the guy with the car and those people?
Charlottesville?
Charlottesville, yeah. Or is he talking about something else? I don't
Must
know.
have been Charlottesville.
It must be Charlottesville, yeah, because Charlottesville's the one they always go back to, because that was the one where like when
I'm about to rip the fucking picture off my wall.
When Antifa was beating people at every rally, the only thing I ever hear is about Charlottesville. So I would be like, okay, I'm like, yeah, like that was terrible. I covered that. Like talked about Charlottesville, this psycho racist guy or whatever psycho. I don't know what he was. I don't know if he was in the Klan or part of the Klan or whatever. And then the other guy that drove into people or whatever. We talked about that. But then the next couple of weeks when I would talk about the Antifa stuff, people were like, no, that's not real or whatever. And I was like, okay. And then Trump, yeah, he was like, oh, I don't know. And see, that's the thing where like Trump, he needs to go after the KKK the same way he goes after Antifa. He's got to be like, he's got to remember to bring that up to remind people that, like, hey, I don't like these guys either, but he doesn't quite get that in enough. And listen, you can be out there and you can say he doesn't have to do that. We're talking about Antifa right now. There's no proven KKK, whatever. I know what you're saying, but like but you got to make people comfortable that you're aware of it. You just got to say it anyway, because there's a lot of people out there that are still scared of that and they're worried about the KKK. So you have to which is a little tiny group of idiots just like Antifa. All these people are losers, racist losers, like anarchists, whatever you want to call it. They're all just losers, assholes. And so he should just come out and shit on everybody, but he doesn't. So that makes people freak out.
Money talk.
Here comes the money, 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 money,
Peace, love, and let's get froggy style. I wanna get froggy style with Jesse. Frog, 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 frog. I love you, Joe. Heart. JCS froggy style.
Jesus. Bullfrog, thank you for your $13, man. You know what was funny was when Bullfrog, thanks for the $13. Remember when now were those was that the thing that we're talking about, or was it the one where all the white guys grabbed the torches and marched into the town? That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Most of them were retarded the next day when they were fired from their jobs. Remember that when the white guys had all the torches, thought it was a good idea to take all the torches and walk through the town, and they were like, oh, which it was just weird timing, and that shit was bizarre. I'd love to know what the real deal is with that. But yeah, maybe that's what Punk's talking about, man. Punk laying down the law. Punk laying down the law on WWE Backstage, man.
And basically just justifying everything that's happening in this country right now.
Yeah, basically Punk is saying we need to burn shit.
He wants to see everything burn.
We need to burn and kill
especially
people.
the Brockton High School.
Yeah.
I could see it in his eyes.
We need to burn. Punk said it, man. We need to burn and kill people. We gotta fight it back with the same shit, right?
I mean, he didn't say that in those words, but that's kind of how I took it. He was like, well, just let them be mad. Let them do their thing. What?
But, yeah, I mean, holy shit, man. Yeah, that was some, I don't know. He was going off on WWE Backstage, man. He's going off on Backstage. But I think he's, oh wait, Biden's talking. Joe Biden, an actual person who's been racist. Joe Biden set the black community back 20 years multiple times, and he's running as the president. I mean, seriously, what's funny is Trump says all these horrific things, and Joe Biden actually has a history of doing the horrific things. But Joe Biden gets elected to the Democratic presidency. So weird.
Speaking of legend, Kevin Nash has been killing people on Twitter. He said these protesters need to step their game up. Remember, Nash is from the Detroit and he grew up during riots.
Speaking of legend, Kevin Nash has been killing people on Twitter. Yeah, he's been going nuts, dude. Yeah, from Detroit. Yeah, Kevin Nash is like, dude, let's kill it, man. Kevin Nash wants to see him burn. Let's see what Nick's clobbering time. Nick Adams says, in 2019, there were 9 unarmed black killed by cops in the USA. The media reported every one of them. In 2019, there were 19 unarmed whites killed by the cops in the country. Media didn't report any of them.
Oh, we mentioned that before, and every time it gets brought up, you know, you or myself or whoever brings it up is called an idiot. We don't know our facts, prove it, and whatever.
Wasn't one of the white guys killed by the cops the guy that came out of his apartment that time with his hands out and then they shot him or whatever? Wasn't that guy?
Maybe, but we didn't hear about it.
Well, I remember I saw the video.
No, I know.
It was crazy. Nash has gone soft. Oh, wait, is Nash trying to stop rioting or Nash wants more rioting? Is that what you're saying?
Well, the way I took it, I haven't seen his tweets, but the way I took that donation there was that encouraging it.
Yeah, man. But you know, it's triggering a lot of stuff in people because we do want to protect our black brothers and sisters. We do want to do that. And so what even despite those numbers that you just brought up, even despite the fact that, you know, maybe like you said, more white, like you're saying more white people have been killed by the cops innocently and nobody cares. I mean, maybe true, but like even with the white, it's still triggering our protective nature of some people, of a lot of people. Even myself, I want to make sure that, like, I feel the need to tell people it too. That's why people are virtue signaling everywhere, because I feel the need to make sure, because a lot of people are now thinking a certain way, like, oh, maybe people are racist and people do hate us and stuff like that. So I now even feel the need, Drew, even though I feel like, you know, almost overnight things have changed, but I feel the need to even say, like, we love our black brothers and sisters here on this show. I love all my black friends and my black brothers and sisters, and I love you all, and I want you to be treated equally. I want us all to be treated equally in this country. I love the hell out of all you guys. Like, I want you to tell me when you think I'm wrong or right or whatever you think about whatever I'm saying. Bring it on. You're welcome here. And I only feel the need to have to say that because of the back and forth that I see between all these people all over the place, and how people are upset or worried and whatever the hell, whatever's going on. And I'm with people on backing anybody up. You saw me back goddamn JD up with stuff, even though, you know, he's been a shit to me.
Call things how you see it.
Yeah, dude. I'll back I want to make sure everyone's comfortable.
I like to think I'm cool with everybody, even when we agree, disagree, whatever. And I've always been for equality and everything like that. But it's I don't understand. I guess I just don't understand. Fuck it.
Yeah, I've been having some.
It's like
I'm having breathing problems. Everybody's noticing it. I'm having some kind of breathing issue.
Brain dead. It's getting late, but
yeah, we got to get out of here, man.
But my, I don't know. I've all the friends I've made through here. I feel like they already know. Like, yeah, of course they'd appreciate, you know, a message or a conversation like, hey, you know, we're cool. Yeah, cool. But the fact, I don't know, it's just weird, man. Like you were saying.
I'm just losing my thought here. I think it could be all the talking I'm doing. It could be that I'm getting anxiety from all the hate and all the fighting.
White people getting killed doesn't fit the media narrative, and remember, I'm a black guy and I can see that.
27 Freddie Mitchell, thank you, Freddie. Yeah, I've had a lot of my black friends tell me that. They're like, dude, I want change and the police fix too, but there's definitely bullshit double standard. Yeah, I've had a lot of people say that, Freddie.
So like a lot of these groups though, it's like the main mass of them is all right, but it's just that small percentage that brings out the bad and makes a whole group look bad.
Yeah, no, it does. Donald Trump in the chat says, Joe, you bring up the kid with the good shot with the Skittles by a cop because he thought it was a gun. Why didn't people riot then? I don't know, but I think people were upset then, and I think a lot of people just kind of like didn't want to think about it. It's so bad. It's so bad. A lot of people didn't want to think about it, but people did get mad. But this is the result of that. It's not just that George Floyd was killed like this way. That's you just answered your own question, man. This is the buildup of all of that. Like, oh my God, again, oh my God, again, oh my God. And now we're all in this pandemic and people are in the house and now people are exploding. You know what I'm saying? So that's about it, man. That's what you're seeing is the explosion, all the shit. But anyway, man, there was so much more to talk about tonight and so much more we probably could do, but I am going to go have some water and relax because, God damn it, I can't fucking breathe where the damn right now. It's fucking horrible. Could be my allergies, could be the talking, could be the anxiety over all this stuff. But people are noticing my breathing problem in the chat, so it's probably time to go do
That's
something.
what I was saying. Like Robin Banks is, Drew, what are you trying to say? I'm like, I can't think straight when I'm looking at Joe spaz out.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Basically, I love all you guys, man. We all do. I mean, it's all love over. It's just a crazy time. That's all I was trying to say. It's a crazy time, and we'll get through it. We always do.
Well, CNN's
because
crazy.
he can win without winning the popular vote, right? I mean, it's entirely. I mean, it's hard. The polling is pretty clear and consistent that it's going to be very hard for him to get above 45 or 46% of the vote. But it remains within the realm of possibility that he could somehow, squeeze out narrow victories in Arizona, Wisconsin, and Florida, even if he loses Michigan and Pennsylvania, and still hold on to the presidency. Democrats are never, probably never going to get to a point where they can feel entirely confident that won't happen. But today, in part because of what I said,
I was trying to get the video of the police and what was going on, but it disappeared anyway. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys all have a good night. I thank you to everybody who joined us. There's a lot of people that didn't get on tonight, and I'm sorry about that. Thanks to Jake for finding us and being in Brockton and giving us the police scanner updates.
Catch us Friday night, man.
I live a couple towns south, but that's fine.
Oh, that's cool, man. I'm in Foxborough, so.
If you like shit like this, catch us Friday night, Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Scanner's been quiet for a while. Last thing I heard was something about the National Guard falling back, and that was it.
Oh, maybe that's
it's
good.
probably getting that time of night. It's almost 2:00 in the morning over there.
Oh, jeez. I lost track of time.
Yeah, they probably shut it down, man. Hopefully they got everything under control. Looks like they controlled everything, maybe. Quincy didn't go off, so that's good. It looked like Quincy didn't have any problems. They were really worried over there. And that's it, man. Good night, guys.
I live in Lakeville.
You live, Lakeville?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad out there, yeah.
Yeah, no, so far.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully everybody's cool, but hopefully, hey, man, hopefully no more bad stuff happens, and hopefully there is some kind of change then, you know what I mean? Hopefully we do get that a little bit, but hopefully there's not any worse stuff that goes on, and things get situated soon so we can go back to trying to figure out what's up with this friggin' COVID shit.
Yeah.
All right.
And fuck Bill Goldberg.
And fuck Bill Goldberg. Good night, everybody. We'll see you later. Thanks for being here with me tonight, for hanging out with us during whatever it was we said. Hopefully it was kind of funny. We usually try to make you laugh. Whether you agree with some of the things said or not, some of the things said, we hope you were here and had a good time. See you tomorrow night. It won't be like this every show. Hopefully we'll get back to more normal with the shows. Tomorrow night's the AEW review over on Joe Cronin Show, and then that's about it, man. And thanks to everybody for donating tonight, man. You guys are fucking awesome. Thank you for supporting me like that. If there's anything you guys want to say to me, you guys can email me, joecroninshow@yahoo.com. Follow me on Twitter at JCS Commentary. JCS Commentary. My new Twitter account after being banned for the 1 millionth time. Stay safe. Send me videos on Twitter if you want. DMs, stuff on Twitter. Let me know about what's up. And we will talk about it. Good night. Good night.
Colors on the street, red, white, and blue. People shuffling their feet, people sleeping in their shoes. There's a warning sign on the road ahead.
Bill Goldberg.
I am demonetized on this channel. If you guys want to support, go check out the Patreon, patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Thank you guys for signing up on Patreon. 30 hours of bonus content a month, podcasts and shows on Patreon you can't get on YouTube. This is Corrupted Nation, plus my other channel, Joe Cronin Show. Evil Spectrum 3 for the video games, and twitch.tv/Joe Cronin JCS, and all that bullshit. Good night, for real. Hit up that Patreon if you can. 320 patrons. We've already gotten back to that number, so thank you guys for that. And see you tomorrow.